All right. Good evening, everybody. Happy Sunday for each and every one of you, and welcome to our October edition of McAgee3 Meetup. It's your man McAgee3 here with yet another wonderful content creator. I deem him the Final Fantasy Fanatic, the yet another member of the Final Fantasy community who I have met via Dissidia, essentially. Plays a lot of Kefka. And we're going to talk with him tonight. I am talking, of course, about the one, the only SorensBlade. What's up, sir? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me on.
Good. I'm glad you were able to make it. We will, as we usually try to aim for with the McAgee3 Meetup, we are playing a game that is quite foreign to the channel. We will be playing Final Fantasy XIV Online. So, as I get this thing fired up, because apparently there's a bunch of bells and whistles I gotta go through. Let's do a layup question. So, sure. Soren, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, as you put it, Final Fantasy Fanatic. That's very accurate. Do a lot of web development and just kind of tinkering with anything code related on the side. That's actually my main job too. Mm-hmm. And then, as you know, content creation is a big second part of my day-to-day, so it's pretty much me just juggling the day job with development and then streaming whatever I can find from Square Enix for that day.
Oh, okay. So do you revolve mainly around Square Enix, or are you just around like a variety of things in regards to that?
For me, I pretty much focus mainly on Square Enix stuff. I started off at, playing Final Fantasy XIV and just 14, but I also wanted to highlight more, and it kind of became this adventure on trying to stream every single Final Fantasy that I could, but then that grew and expanded into also highlighting a lot of new stuff, because Square Enix has been kind of putting out a lot of different games. Guardians of the Galaxy's coming out this month. We had like Dungeon Encounters this last week, so they've been really putting different stuff out there, which has been fun to highlight and sharing the hype and like talk about it with people.
Okay. So how long, about your web designing, how long have you been doing that?
Oh God, easily over 15 years.
Oh, wow.
So that started off as pretty much a hobby way back in high school, and for some reason it just clicked, and I remember I was able to convince my high school's baseball team to let me make their website, and because of that, now I have a career where I get to actually work on like large video game websites now. It's kind of crazy.
Wow, so it literally just started with you just, like, hey, give me this opportunity and I'll make something happen. They were like, okay, sure. And then...
Yeah, pretty much. It was like the early days where, sure, we'll throw it at the student, we don't have to charge them too much, give them $25 or something like that and have them run with it. But yeah, that was the start.
Oh, okay. Also, chat, let me know if the game audio is too loud or anything, and I'll make sure to make adjustments accordingly. Okay, so you're basically a journeyman in regards to this aspect. I mean, you can correct me if I'm mistaken, but from what I can tell, so.
Yeah, I don't know what the initial appeal was. I think it was just the creative aspect of it interested me. And then being able to make stuff with code and have a computer do stuff you want, it kind of clicked, and it's stuck with me ever since. And things have gotten more and more complicated as time has gone on, but it's also let me create cooler and cooler things.
Oh, okay. Sweet. So let's see. So I asked you this earlier, but I'm gonna ask you now. So, are you with a company, or are you just mainly freelance?
Kind of both, actually. So I work with a studio, and they're a pretty large studio, so I work on a lot of things ranging from like Hollywood movie stuff to video game stuff. So I'm never really bored with what I get thrown at my plate. But every now and then I'll also work on freelance things, and I'm kind of picky about that. So one of the things I'm working on right now is helping some dudes in Texas who run the National Video Game Museum. I'm helping them with a redesign of their site, and that's going pretty fun.
That's cool. Are you talking about the museum where it has like the old Commodore 64 controllers and stuff like that?
Yeah, they have all the old systems, so it's really nuts. I got to go there and like see all the old, like you were saying, the Commodore 64s. They have this really cool, huge version of Pong that's really nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really cool. So I'm excited to be able to design that and hopefully make it pretty cool.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So let's see here. Before I move on to the next question, it looks like I have to create a character. I have not done this since Phantasy Star Online. No, Phantasy Star Universe. That's the last time I've created. Well, no, that's still not true. The last time I did that was Bloodborne. But in terms of an MMORPG, I have not done it since Final Fantasy. Not Final Fantasy. Phantasy Star Universe.
Fantasy Star Universe.
Okay, so I found my my Shantoto character
Yeah,
type.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Lalafels are pretty much Shantoto, yeah.
Okay, so we want this. Okay.
Immediately locking in the Lalafell. I love it.
Let's see. Dunsfolk, Dex. Blah, blah. Okay, so this is the Mage, and this is not quite the Mage. Dunesfolk. Let's go. No fear.
It's kind of, it's more just like lore stuff. It doesn't play too heavily into stats or
Tight
anything.
skin. Let's see. Can I move over? Oh, okay. Just looking at the environment. Okay, sure. Give him a little bit of melanin on him. Her, it, whatever it's called. Hair. So, how long have you been playing freaking Final Fantasy XIV since it came out, or?
Yeah, so it was funny with Final Fantasy XIV. I actually started with, guys, years ago. I feel like an old man talking about this stuff. But I originally started on Final Fantasy XI, right, which is kind of like the first MMO before 14. And I started with an old coworker from CompUSA, for anybody that remembers CompUSA. Didn't play too much of that, but I did get sucked into Final Fantasy XIV as well. But if you know any history surrounding Final Fantasy XIV, the very first release, 1.0 of Final Fantasy XIV, was essentially a garbage fire.
Really?
So didn't really stick with that for too long. But then I ended up coming back to it. Funny enough, after playing Final Fantasy 15, so I kind of took a break from Final Fantasy stuff, a lot of Square stuff. Came back to it because 15 was released, and it was always funny because I originally got the chance to play the demo for 15 at E3 before it was coming out. Hated it. Thought I didn't know what Square was doing with Final Fantasy. I had the demo was super glitchy, but I ended up picking it up at Target anyways. I don't know why. But after playing through 15, I loved it. I was one of those few that really loved Final Fantasy 15. It's kind of a meme among my friends in the community. But after falling in love with 15, I kind of needed more Final Fantasy in my life, and that's when I jumped back into 14. And I have been playing 14 for ever since 2.0. So it's kind of like the late into 2.0, right before they were releasing SorensBlade, which is 3.0. And I've stuck with the game. It's let me meet a lot of cool people, make a lot of friends, and kind of form a whole community around us all playing 14. So.
Oh, nice. Let's see here. I'm just trying to see here. Kind of.
Nah, take your time. You get to make a character.
We're gonna put on one. Actually, no, that's neat. Little mark there, because I actually have a little cutie mark on the side of my face. So yes.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
We're gonna run that. I gotta make it dark though. There we go. That's a little more my speed. There's so much stuff here. Oh boy, almost forgot. This is gonna take a while. All right, so also, Nivyat, thank you for the follow. Your love appreciated for that. Thank you very much for that. So you've been playing this since the game came out. Now you said when you started playing this game was essentially a dumpster fire.
Yeah. So the problem was it started with kind of adopting a lot of stuff from Final Fantasy XI, which is a much slower pace. They had weird mechanics in place that just, for at the time, modern gaming didn't make sense. Like, it had a system in place that would kind of punish you if you played for too long, which nobody really liked that. The economy was weird. The maps were really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think you could jump in the game originally.
Oh boy.
So yeah, and it was because they were sort of going off of the success of Final Fantasy XI,
Mm-hmm.
and so they thought they couldn't fail. They knew what they were doing, but at that time, WoW was sort of already running the show and was showing modern MMOs how things want to be done. And yeah, so it got a very, very bad reviews pretty much all around, and they had to bring in the current director, goes by the name Yoshi P, and he essentially he did something that you and I both kind of went through Dissidia stuff, so this is
right.
Feel at home. But he kind of did what I think a lot of people want when a game is released in a rough patch, and he went to the upper management at Square and flat out said, look, we can fix this, but it's going to be a really bad mark on the Final Fantasy franchise for years, or you can let me pretty much burn this to the ground and I'm going to make a brand new Final Fantasy XIV. And luckily they listened to him, and I think that's kind of what we were all hoping for some Dissidia NT, that they would also show it some love, but alas. But yeah, so after it paid off, and I think just this last week actually, 14 has just become the most profitable Final Fantasy in all the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So it's making Square some money.
Yeah, so I see. Like they still have updates. What was Shadowbringer, right? Was the latest one?
Shadowbringers is the one we have right now, and in about a month they're going to be releasing the early access for the next one, which is Endwalker. Okay. Which is going to be kind of a conclusion to a chapter in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But not the end of the game, so there's still plenty to go on.
Okay, let me see here. So now we're at the class. I like.
Are you making Shantoto pretty much? Because
I guess a male version of Shantoto.
Thaumaturge would be the mage that you'd probably want then.
Thaumaturge that would be Shantoto. Wait, what's Arcanist though?
Arcanist is it turns into Summoner.
It turns into Summoner.
Yeah.
So we call the big boys in, and the big boys do stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. That's kind of a huge change that they're doing for the next expansion. Endwalker is you're gonna be able to summon an actual version of Titan and Ifrit and have them fight alongside you. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, okay. You know what? Let's go with Arcanist.
Nice.
And get blown up. You have selected Balmung as your starting world. Proceed. Should I have Balmung as the starting world, or?
Yeah, that is a popular server. I will say it's popular for a lot of RP people, but I can definitely meet you there.
Okay, sweet. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, as long as we're on the same data center, that's all that really matters.
Okay. Specify the first and last name of your character. Oh, my character needs a name. Wait, no. Go back. Alright, keyboard. This is gonna take a little bit of adjusting, considering that I have to cycle between my little keyboard, because I'm actually playing this on PS4. Nice. What we got here? Phony KZ, thank you for the follow. You love and appreciate it for that. Thank you. Name? So we just gonna call you Shanks. Shanks, Mackenzie. Yeah, Mackenzie. I think that's where we're at. Mackenzie. There we go. Shanks Mackenzie. There we go. That is the name of this character.
Let's see if anybody's taking it.
Begin a new game with this character. Boop. And we warp.
Nice.
Welcome to the Final Fantasy XIV cult. This world is okay. This world is currently full. Okay.
Yeah, so... give it a second. It'll put you in.
Okay.
It's the old MMO queues.
Oh, okay. So should I cancel and then try it again?
No. It'll automatically put you in there.
Okay, so we'll just.
Yeah, you're all good.
Okie dokie. So let's see. We wait patiently. While we're doing that.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too long.
Let me let's get some more questions going. All right. So, why content creation?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it kind of just started as a good creative outlet, because I play around with a lot of different things. You know, Photoshop. I love photography. I've dabbled with video editing, and content creation sort of gave that a defined purpose or foundation to kind of, you know, have a point to, instead of just the old school days of where you were on a forum board and you got to make a really cool banner for your forum account underneath in your footer. And it kind of started off as that, but then grew more into finding a community of other content creators and other streamers that shared an interest, and that kind of just blossomed into wanting to do more and help the community with certain areas that I know I could. So like I've worked on helping create a Square Enix calendar that highlights all of, you know, upcoming releases that Square Enix might be doing, or events happening in Final Fantasy XIV, all that kind of stuff. So it started as just a really simple outlet, creative outlet, and then it just became something more where it was being able to support and give back to the community and finding other creative people that I can collab with and do stuff like that. And for the most part, it's been really cool seeing how it can have an effect on people, and people can respond to something you make and be like, oh, that's cool, I get that, and be able to have a conversation there. Right. Once you kind of get a taste for that, it kind of gets a little addicting, and you enjoy being able to see how other people do things, and you talk with them, and so it's been a wild ride, and I've really liked it. Definitely focus more on community side of things now.
Yeah, definitely, because I've the streams that I've jumped in on when you're on, like your community, like you guys have just been talking shop all the time, guys. There's always great conversation going on, and like it's just great. And then the cool thing is, and the other cool thing that I do like about like your audience specifically is like you guys are like, I mean, aside from like a little bit of smack talking when it comes to like something like the city or whatever, which is expected, like you guys are really cool, like cool people, really friendly, and like it's always I'm always. I mean, I do miss you though, because I notice you don't stream on Mondays much anymore.
No, I don't.
Yeah, so it's like, because usually when you're on Monday, I usually jump on and like, yo, how's it going and whatnot.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. We've got some dude talking stuff. People in chat, you're gonna have to read that for me. I'm just gonna kind of skip past it.
Yeah, you don't have to. Don't stress about trying to watch all the story if you just want to get to the gameplay.
Right.
You can play the game how you want.
Yes.
Everyone. It's one of those. It's one of those heated things in the 14 community where there are some people that'll skip the story because they just want to get to the gameplay.
Right.
And there's a group of people who will riot if you do that.
Really?
Yeah, like because it is 14 very much is its own kind of Final Fantasy. It has its own story, it has its own characters that you fall in love with. So it's similar to, you know, Final Fantasy 7, or if you played 12, it has all of that. So but some people just, you know, you jump into an MMO, you want to be able to just play an MMO.
Yeah, just get in there, beat up some rats.
Yeah, exactly.
And then eventually just get to where you fight Bahamut Zero at level 900. Meanwhile, you're at level 2. You're like, all right, let's see how long I can live.
Yep.
One attack kills me. How long can I evade the nonsense? How dare you not play?
Every start to depending on what class you pick, you have pretty much a separate opening.
Oh, okay.
I think I strolled into my town in a carriage.
Freaking Niviat's like, how dare you not play how I want you to?
Yeah, it was funny. Like, I don't know if you know, but a lot of people who have been playing WoW have been coming over to 14. And
really?
Like that whole issue just boomed because there were a lot of people who were just playing the game because they wanted to play the game, and people who didn't really care for the story. And Twitter did their thing where they got very angry at those people.
Oh wow. So wait, you're saying people from WoW are freaking jumping over to this?
Yeah. So right now, I don't play a lot of WoW, so I can't really like comment on the state of it. But yeah, there's been a lot of people who have come over from WoW. They're sort of taking a break from that game, and they have full on been streaming their experience with Final Fantasy XIV. So just last month, I think Yoshi P, the director, had to put out a public letter apologizing for the crappy server status that we had, because so many people were signing up, because really big streamers, really big content creators were jumping on board and playing 14, which brought a huge wave of people to the game, which is, it's great. But yeah, you've also then had people sharing their strong opinions. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's your game. You get to play it how you want to play, you know?
Right. But so there wasn't like anything in like on like online websites or like news or whatever that kind of had an explanation as to why there were so many crossing over, or
mostly, I mean, I think part of it was the situation with Blizzard. I don't know if you're kind of aware of their legal troubles, but
enlighten me just a bit.
Sure. Yeah, so they had some people come out with some not so savory information about what's going on in the office, harassment related cases and things like that, which obviously Blizzard has a huge fan base. They've been a studio, they've been a company that has existed in the gaming circle for so long, you know, Diablo, WoW, all these great games, Overwatch. But when people saw that information and they saw pictures and emails and that sort of information coming out, I think people had a little bit of a hard time feeling comfortable supporting the company. So a lot of them decided, you know, this feels like now's the time. I'm going to go ahead and give Final Fantasy XIV a try. I'm really maybe not enjoying WoW too much, so I'm going to hop ship and check out, you know, what is everybody saying about 14. And not everybody has loved 14 who's been coming over from WoW, but there has been a lot of creators who definitely are seeming to latch on and enjoy it. I know Rich, Asmongold, I think Preach is another one. There's been a lot of big WoW creators who have definitely sung the game's praises. So yeah, it's been cool.
Oh, okay. Though when you mentioned the thing about stuff going on in the offices of Blizzard, that did sound a bit familiar.
Yeah.
I think I might have heard about that.
Yeah, I think lawsuits are still going on currently, but the state of California was investigating them for a lot of like sexual harassment cases and just poor treatment of employees and that sort of stuff.
Right. And then you know, it might not be everybody, but a lot of consumers, you know, don't like they're not going to be as comfortable supporting a company that would let that sort of thing, you know, occur without some type of action taken. So I can understand that. You know?
Yeah, so I think that's where a big part of it was, where it was just kind of like, all right, this feels like the appropriate time to step back and take a break. So,
because I remember my godbrother tried to get me into playing WoW, and I think ultimately the reason why I didn't was because I was still feeling PTSD from playing Phantasy Star Online and Phantasy Star, well, mainly Phantasy Star Online. And mainly it was there was a player in the game called Optimus Prime, and whenever he showed up in your game, he would cause your game to crash.
Oh, dude.
It would just crash. So then you had to restart the game, but when you restarted the game, you still had your character, you still had your level and whatever your character's stats was at, but all your gear was gone.
So was he like a hacker?
I think so.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so all your... And it never failed. Every time this person would show up, all your gear was just gone. And it's like, oh, well, that's no fun.
Yeah, that really sucks.
Yeah, so so I had played MMOs for a very long time as a result.
Yeah, I actively tried to stay away from MMOs just because I know how much of a time sink they can be.
Right.
So when a lot of people would try to get me into WoW, even before 14 was on my radar, I'd always be like, no, I don't think so. But then, for some reason, you know, Final Fantasy 15 made me want to like. It essentially made me want to have a Final Fantasy that I knew I could spend a lot of time in, and not just like replay, you know, or 100% it. And 14 fit that bill because 14 kind of borrows from every single Final Fantasy. Like the next expansion is very Final Fantasy 4 focused. Takes a lot from 4. So if you're a fan of 4, you're going to notice a lot of references, and there's cool stuff like going to the moon and things like that.
Now, are we talking about 4 or are we talking about 6?
No, we're talking about 4.
Okay, proper 4. Gotcha. Okay.
Proper 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I know a little bit of trivia in regards to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at the land of Limousine. I didn't quite catch it. Look at our pompadour. Our pompadour is like the best pompadour in all of the of Limousine, man. I think I'm gonna call this place Limousine.
Limousine works.
Just gonna call it Limousine. Look at this hair. This hair is just it is absolutely perfect.
I like that you gave it the two-tone color.
I did. Let's see here, blah blah blah. We're talking to me. You look like the guy that was on the ship earlier.
Yeah, you pretty much, your job lives in pretty much the port area where all the pirates like to hang out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, I see a save symbol. Okay, I think I can control my. Wait, not yet. Welcome to Limousine.
Like right into it.
Welcome to Limousine, a bustling city-state filled with the scoundrels and brigands, the rough-cut diamonds of the Ratano Sea. Please select the control scheme you wish to use. We're using a controller. That's a lot of information. I'm probably just gonna have to figure it out as I go.
Yeah. That's actually one of the things I want to do. I've only ever played 14 with a keyboard and mouse, and I feel like it'd be super interesting to try.
Obviously, Lodestone Play Guide in your default web browser. No. Oh, shoot. So now I have to... Now I gotta get this thing off of... Wait. Look around here.
Should be a way to move a cursor to like a closed thing or something.
Or I can just pause it. Alright, I got rid of it. There's like some other stuff. There's this guy. Initiating quests. Okay. My man Shanks McKenzie in the building! Let's go! Okay.
Starting off your world.
Oh yeah, I'm starting off. Alright, so... I know you mentioned that through your web designing, that's kind of how you got your start into content creation. Care to elaborate a little bit more on how you got started?
Yeah, so a lot of it just kind of... A big portion of it started because of, I think, Dissidia. Initially, when I was doing a lot of just content creation stuff, a lot of it started off as Final Fantasy XIV. I wasn't super hardcore into content creation. I was just kind of dabbling with that. But once Dissidia NT came out, and I saw that, I like played the alpha, played the beta, all that. I saw that it was something I think I wanted to sink my teeth into more, and what that ended up resulting in was helping create a lot of both like ad stuff and a lot of web integration things for other people in the Dissidia community. So I know you had him on your show recently, Lord KO. Him and I have worked close together throughout all the Dissidia stuff. I helped build out a lot of like overlays for tournaments and everything, so he could easily manage team names and be able to update scores without having to go into OBS and doing any of that. I was actually able to build out stuff, and it was kind of just an extension of, yeah, I do a bunch of web stuff. How can I actually incorporate this in what I'm doing content creation wise? And so that became Team Sid, which was our attempt at a group of organizing monthly tournaments for NT, and then helping out the Dissidia network with whatever we could create. And it was pretty fun. We got to make a lot of different themed things, which is always what I look for. It wasn't like the same style or theme every single time. So
Okay. Yeah, man, that sounds awesome, dude. Just going in there and then just having people within the community to work with to actually try to make that happen. I know Lord KO was real big on trying to ensure that the Dissidia community, stayed popping. with the Discord and everything. And of course, you know, it's unfortunate what happened with Cydia, but I mean, I respect him a lot for, you know, being like a freaking community leader in that regard. And it's awesome that you were able to like work with him as well. So
yeah, there's a lot that happened behind the scenes, just trying to, you know, bump up the quality as much as we could. And you know, it was a small community. There wasn't a lot of people offering support, you know, at a corporate level. So we had to make do with what we did. But it was good, and I always kind of like those challenges where people in the community for like the City Network would come to me and be like, "Hey, Soren, can you make this?" And be like, "I have no idea, but we're gonna find out." and be able to play around, and usually we were able to do something cool, and everybody got excited about it, and it seemed to work out well. So
yeah, all right, I think we gotta talk to this person, and then they're like, oh, "Okay, you can go out and do things now with your with the world's greatest pompadour."
True.
I'm telling you, like, if you're playing, look, everybody who can hear the sound of my voice, if you are playing an MMORPG, doesn't matter if it's Final Fantasy XIV, doesn't matter if it's Phantasy Star, Doot and Doos and La Da Da's or whatever, if your character does not have a pompadour or there is not a pompadour option in that game, you are playing the wrong game.
Yeah, plus the pompadour just looks fantastic on all of us.
Yes, it does. Alright, so he's saying a bunch of things, but fortunately, I live in a world where all I need is an icon to tell me where to go. And yeah, I will be A-okay.
I think I should be able to find you pretty quickly, too. But you're like wrapping up the tutorial side of things, where it's just like, alright, here you go.
You have to do this to do this, and that to do that. And by the way, you don't know how to play, so get good, scrub.
Pretty much making sure that you know how to operate a controller.
Right. Also, Batteron, my guy, I have to say, your bandana is offending me, and I don't appreciate it. I need you to kind of turn that thing backwards for me, please. So offensive. Oh my gosh. So dagger. You gonna tell me what to do while insulting me with that bandana? Jeezums. Alright. Okay, scrolling through. I'll be looking forward to slaughtering... Oh,
Ladybugs.
Okay. Ladybugs? That's what we're slaughtering?
Probably initially, I think, yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright, let me test your Final Fantasy knowledge.
Sure.
What is in all the Final Fantasy games, what is the weakest, like, level 1 enemy that you normally fight across all the games?
Across all the games?
Yes. Because you
know, expose me as a fake fan.
Because you know all the games, they have their commonplace characters, including the monsters. So, what you think?
My mind is like going right back to Final Fantasy 1, and I'm pretty sure like one of the first enemies you fight out the gate is like a low-level goblin.
I would probably say it's a little goblin. I don't know the answer. I was just curious to see if you knew.
Okay. I was ready to be exposed.
No. If anything, I'm exposing us both.
Yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy 1, I'm pretty sure right out the gate, it's you fight the goblins. And the only reason I even actually remember that is because I just played through Final Fantasy 1 recently. Because they did the remasters, the pixel remasters, which have been pretty great, actually, which has been nice, because there are some of the older ones, like 2 and 3, that I haven't actually fully played through, that I need to. So I'm excited to actually stream those soon. Nice.
Like, in terms of Final Fantasy games, like, I still need to... I had mentioned 6 earlier. I still need to, Okay, Vento, you and your boomer talk, look here, you. You're gonna knock that off, okay?
I mean, listen, we know when you had him on your show, he talked about the first game he played was Final Fantasy 1, I think, so... Right. He's just calling himself out.
Yeah, he most certainly is. Daggone it. It's alright if we're all a bunch of old heads, it's fine. Because guess what? I have a really awesome pompadour, and there's nothing you can do about it. Feels so good. And why is the guy from the boat talking to me again? All he did was change his clothes and put a different helmet on. Okay, let's see. I don't look. Nothing makes me feel old. The only thing that makes me feel old is when young people start talking. Then I feel a little bit old.
See, it's funny you bring that up because there's a good amount of people in my community that are on the younger side, and I'll like quote a movie like The Big Lebowski or something.
Oh boy, that's
I just
always
get
fun.
silence, and it's just a reminder of yeah, that's right, I'm old.
All right. I know.
Well.
I had one time where when I was still in the military, I was on the submarine and we were talking about gaming, and this guy was saying like, I'm not a gamer. I play whatever Call of Duty game was out at the time, and I was like, well, what about Street Fighter? And he's like, the F is Street Fighter, and I'm like,
no way.
You don't know what Street Fighter is?
Oh no.
Whoa. That's wow. All right. Well,
I thought like even if you didn't play Street Fighter, you're aware of it.
Right. Some things. Okay, we completed it. We got stuff. Hooray! Quest complete. Woo! We went up a flight of steps. Actually, no, it wasn't even a flight of steps. It was an elevator. You have taken the first steps as an adventurer in the city of Limousine. Listen well to the wisdom of Bateron Ten Fingers. No, he's wearing that stupid bandana. Then go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await you. Alright, and we got some experience, and we leveled up, and we got the achievement, page 1, and hooray! Alright.
Already leveling up.
Yeah. I am leveling up very slowly. There's a bunch of stuff here. Alright, you, where are you?
You should be able to... Let me see. Did you finish that Come to Home? I think you gotta, like...
What, close to home?
Close to home? Yeah.
I gotta do close to home first?
I think you gotta finish that, and then it'll put you out into the world where you'll actually see actual players. Right now, you're in an instanced area, so you're by yourself.
Oh, okay, I got you. Close to home. Switch time.
I think you end up, like, taking an elevator up and then back down, and that's when then you'll be able to see everybody.
Okay.
Because I'm right where you're at, so we'll be able to join up pretty quickly.
Alright, so probably what I need to do, I need to go back downstairs, right? I would assume. Oh, poop. Oh, right. Talk to this person. Heading down so soon, best you sort out your affairs here before you start gallivanting. I'll let you know. Oh, okay, so I do still need to... Oh, crud, where do I need to go?
Tutorial area.
Oh, I just need to do this. Important quests used to tell story, blah, 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 blah. These tasks easily distinguished from the icons, the exclamation point. Quests using the icon tasks or series of tasks are tied to new duties or features you have yet unlocked. Okay. So we need to go to the exclamation point. So this person. Okay. Making a name. Ninja, a veteran adventurer, has some information that might be of interest to you. Look at this. Alright, while I'm sitting here reading this with my mind's eye, tell me, my friend, how long have you been playing video games?
Oh, dude. I am one of those fortunate kids where my parents were into video games. Mm-hmm. So pretty much ever since I was born. So, like, I'm not exaggerating. It's always there's always a disconnect when I have conversations with people where they're like, yeah, my parents were super anti-video game. We just weren't allowed to play games. My mom and dad were both, like, hardcore Nintendo fans since the start of NES. So I grew up on Zelda. I grew up on Metroid. I was playing those games super early on in life. So pretty much forever. I think, man, even PC games, there's a couple games that have really, like, stayed with me. Mm-hmm. And that's Myst on the PC. So we played a lot of Myst, or I think it was originally came out on Mac OS 9 at the time. Metroid, which taught me a lot of patience and just exploring and running around in circles until you find what you need to, which I'm really loving the new Metroid Dread that came out, so that's super cool. And then a lot of Zelda. So those, anything Nintendo, I don't think my family has ever missed a release of a Nintendo console or main game. Mm-hmm. So yeah, pretty much pretty much all my life. It was mostly Nintendo though, and at some point, I'm not sure what sparked it, but at some point, I ended up getting a PS2.
Okay.
I think it was from my grandma.
Oh wow.
And
that's pretty awesome, actually.
yeah. She didn't know anything about video games, but she's just like, I heard this is the cool stuff the kids are playing. I was like, this is nuts. Like little me, my mind was blown.
That's awesome.
But yeah, like I remember the early games that I played on that. I think it was like the Matrix game, the old school Matrix game.
Oh my gosh, like that's almost Superman 64 levels of bad.
Yeah, right.
Good lord.
So that's having access to the PS2, I think, is what kind of ended up getting me into a lot of Square Enix stuff, because I was watching TV one day and I saw an ad come on for Kingdom Hearts. And I didn't know Final Fantasy at the time. Final Fantasy had been around forever, but I grew up on Zelda and Metroid, right?
Oh, okay.
So I see this ad. You know, I liked Goofy. You know, I thought Disney was cool. So I see there's this game. It had some really trippy music, and it had Donald and Goofy. I was like, this seems interesting. Ended up picking up the game after going on the website. The website seemed cool. And then slowly started finding my way into Final Fantasy, which I think playing Kingdom Hearts led me to Final Fantasy VII, which then trickled into 8, 9, 10. Here we are today, Final Fantasy Fanatic.
The Final Fantasy Fanatic, in my opinion.
I mean, one of many, I would say. I think there's some people out there that I'm jealous of, like Luna out there with her crazy collection of Final Fantasy merch. Absolutely jealous. It's nuts how much stuff she has. It's crazy.
Alright, so let me see here. So it says in order to do... So I guess I've accepted these 2 quests, but I actually haven't done them yet. And Ace Moments 774 with the host of one viewer. What's up, you guys? What's up, Ace Moments? How have things been with you? Alright, so I think I accepted these quests. Now I actually need to do them.
Yeah, I think for close to home, it's pretty much just the steps you see. So you would need to go, I think it's outside.
Oh, I see. There's little things on the side. Attune yourself. Listen
if you look in your mini-map to the right, there is an icon that kind of shows you in the direction you need to go to. So I think you talk to the elevator guy.
Okay.
He's hiding behind that pillar.
Not this guy. Is it this person? Alright, let's see here. Oh, okay. Yep. And then I just gotta, as we're doing this, this is supposed to give me, thanks Ace Moments, I appreciate it. This will give me the opportunity to try to have an idea of how to manage the user interface, because I'm
curious what your thought is on trying to navigate it with controller, because that's one of the things I want to try to do it, because I know I've watched some controller players in 14, and it is mind-blowing how they play the game to me.
Right. So what happens here is that you have to, because you don't actually have a keyboard per se, you have to use the do I just pick this up?
Yeah, I think you pick up all those herbs.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I wonder if I can find you.
So what you have to do is you have to the way for me to use like the keyboard aspect of the game, I have to press the face button on the PS4 controller, which will enable, because when I do that, it enables a mouse, and then I can use like the D-pad to move the cursor around.
Really interesting.
Yeah. The only issue I have is that, oh boy, the only issue I have right now is that I have to learn how to remove some of this UI clutter I've got, because I have a lot of stuff that's just on my screen.
If you tap the pad button, does that pull up the Sanctuaries thing? I think I know where you're at, too.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so we gather the thingies.
Yeah, I found you.
Oh, sweet. Alright, so let me see here. Because now I have to try... Okay, that gives me first person view. That does that lets me target. Okay, but that's not what I'm trying to do. Alright, so... Oh, or maybe the reason why these question marks are is because it's all the tutorial prompts.
Yeah, probably.
That's probably what it is. Okay. So I just need to... Okay. I'm getting it. Okay, so let me just get through these. Okay, so now the question mark thing is gone. Navigation. Okay. I mean, we'll just figure that out as we go.
Yeah. Yeah, we found you. We're standing right next to you.
Nice. Alright, so let's see here. So, make a name.
That friend request is technically from Vento.
Oh, nice. So we'll have to figure out how to do that too. Oh boy. Alright. Okay, so it's only letting me select those things. Alright, so I grabbed all the herbs. I guess I go back upstairs? Oh wait, there's a person over here.
Yeah, right in front of you, I think.
Oh my gosh, there's so...
You don't have to get all of those, but I think the one with the green check is you turn in the stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, this is accepting another thing, I think. So
yeah.
Let me not do that. In the world of a million freaking just people, I just see my screen is literally littered with names right now.
Yeah, this is so the Crystal Data Center is pretty popular, but specifically the server you're on is really popular for RP, and a lot of events go on this server. So, like just recently, we had a whole, because with like COVID and everything going on, we had a group of people on the Crystal Data Center set up a convention within Final Fantasy XIV. It's called Lunarcon, and it was huge. It had so many people going to it that the servers couldn't actually load all the people. So you would only be able to load like 4 feet in front of you, all the people in the area. So you just walk and people would disappear and pop up and everything. It was crazy.
By the way, so I just realized that by tapping the face button will put your cursor into different areas of the HUD. So that cool. Way, if you... So I'm on the friend request for Saland Windsong, Marlborough.
That's Vento.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to accept. Alright, so boom. Blippy Bloot Marlborough's party.
That's me.
Okay, should I join you now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll do that.
Here, I'll add you as a friend.
Sweet. Blippy Bloot Marlborough's friend request. Okay, so we learned how to do this, so now we just actually do it.
I wonder, since you're technically out in the real world now, you probably could go out and just start killing stuff.
Possibly.
If you wanted to.
Let's see. Alright, so we did that. Oh, wait, no, give me this. Joining a party. Well, I mean, I see, so the thing is, audience. Double a Buck, yes, we are playing an MMORPG for the first time in well over a decade. I would read this stuff, but we've got our local SorensBlade to kind of walk us through it. So we can probably just bypass all of this.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get through these tutorial things. That way it's not just hovering on my screen.
Plus, you know how.
Darn it. I have to not press it too many times. Okay. Okay, now I gotta figure out how to get this off the screen. Okay, so that scrolls through that.
I imagine there's got to be a way to get to the X on the top right. That's just easy.
It's hard, I will say. Can I finder? No, I do not want. Okay. So the way that we actually get out of certain menus is that you have to highlight the menu using the face button and then press circle, and then you get rid of it. So we're just having a nice little learning experience as we go. Oh, look at me! I'm so cute. I'm level 3 to your level 70 and level 31. Oh, goody. All right.
We'll venture out into the world together. So if we run like straight this way, down this path, we should be able to just exit, and you can enter the world and see the beauty that is Eorzea, Final Fantasy XIV.
And see just how dead I actually am.
I mean, all the baddies out here are gonna be super high level. I think we'll end up fighting some ladybugs and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you can walk through there.
Yep.
Nice.
Middle Nussia. Mapping the room, Middle Nussia. Neat.
Oh no, you were right. We're killing rats.
We're killing rats?
Wharf rats.
Ooh, okay.
So that's the first time.
Alright, so, okay, so let's see. Select the target with directional buttons, press confirm once, blah blah, arrows, blah blah, various actions such as spells, mobile skills can be performed by using the cross hotbar on the bottom of your screen, okay. Actions, D-pad, that button, magic points, blah blah blah, okay, and sure, we're just gonna fumble around and figure it out. Congratulations, you have just received your first achievements. Okay, cool. Okay, sure.
This is how you know that Lalas are the best in this game, because pretty much all the tooltips are using Lalas.
Oh, nice. Hey, look, a rat. It's level 1. I'm gonna kill it.
I believe in you. I'm gonna supervise. I want to see
what's
your approach here.
Wait. Oh, that's how I do it. Okay, so I target it with X, and then... Nope, that didn't do it.
And then R2. If you hold R2, I think it's the crossbar menu.
Ah. Invalid target. Hit you with bio? Okay. Hey, stop running away. Come back here.
That other dude came from you.
Oh, poop.
Yeah, pretty much anybody with a little sprout icon on their head is a new player to Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh, okay. Well, alright, so we find another munchkin.
More rats to kill.
More rats to kill! As soon as we learn how to do things. Alright, let me see here. We're gonna be fumbling around, so this is great. So tell me, Soren, how tough was it to grow your channel?
Man, I think that's one of the things that a lot of creators and a lot of streamers don't consider these days. There is so much work that goes into it, especially now. I think I was very fortunate jumping into Twitch early on in like 2018, 2019, before it started to get jam-packed, right? And we had Dissidia and everything, and so it was good finding communities and all of that. But right now we're in a situation where it's like you need to do other things like on YouTube and TikTok and Twitter to grow your channel on Twitch, which is tough for people because there's not, you only have so many hours in the day, and if you're trying to do the content creation hustle yourself, trying to find the time to grind and edit videos and do all of that, it can be tough. So I would say it has been tough, but like I mentioned early on, I've been taught patience because of games like Myst and Metroid, so I've kind of shifted my focus on not so much worrying about growth, but getting the right people in the community, if that makes sense. I don't stress too much about the numbers or like how many followers or how many people are liking tweets that I'm putting out. As long as the people that are engaging and the people that are in chat and everything, I'm pretty sure you're in the same sort of camp.
Right.
That it feels fun, that it feels positive, that it's not, you're not just doing it for the money per se. So, but it's definitely been a climb. I don't think it'll ever stop being a climb or a grind.
Yeah, the grind never stops, really.
It doesn't, and it's one of those things where like it keeps changing all the time, right? Like TikTok showed up, and that has been insane growth, and people are using that app more and more. So where a lot of people were focused on Instagram for a long time and trying to put their content out on Instagram, then you suddenly have to shift to TikTok if your focus is doing growth. And I throw stuff out on there just so people can see what I'm doing and trying to put attention out there for Square Enix related stuff, Final Fantasy XIV stuff. I have a video that I'm going to be releasing on YouTube soon, actually, that has been in the making for like a month. But it's because it's fun, and I think that's what I stress to people who want to get into content creation. First and foremost, make sure you're happy with what you're creating, right? Don't go into it thinking you're just gonna make money, because you're definitely not for a long time.
Okay, so let's see. I guess the first question I have is, when you need to attack, do you just have to stand still when you're attacking, or?
For you, when you're casting, yes.
Okay.
You can, after a cast goes off, you can move around.
Oh, okay.
So right now, you and I are essentially the same. We're the same class. We have our books out and everything, right?
Yeah, and I'm hitting these lovely little sheep with my book.
Yeah, if you're close enough to them, you just auto attack them and you'll smack them.
Oh, okay.
But you can also then cast. So when you start a cast, you'll see a bar shows up on your screen. And once that finishes, then you're free to move. But if you move in the middle of that, you're essentially interrupting you focusing on your magic.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a bigger, stronger attack. I see. Okay. Yeah. Come here, my little lost lamb. I have something for you. I hope you enjoy it.
Ooh, you also got a little ladybug too.
It's fine. It's fine. I ain't scared.
God gamer, right?
I'll take my beats.
Here, I'll keep you alive.
I'm pretty sure that's what you guys are doing. Like, you guys are just giving me like the most busted of like stat buffs. So it's like these enemies do like literally no damage to me. I'm sure.
I think Vento isn't happy that I let you not die, but
use ruin to deal damage to enemies. Okay. So what, does bio not do damage? Is it just it just poisons them, or?
So in this, you have like your direct damage. So ruin is for direct damage, and bio would be what we call a dot, which is damage over time.
Oh, okay.
So you would be right now. Your class kind of is heavy on the what we call a dot rotation, which is a lot of your. All right, Vento's trolling you.
Okay, fair. Look here, Vento. You're gonna stop being a butthead, okay?
But yeah, it's pretty much a mixture of you have your direct damage and then you have your dot. So if you really cared about min-maxing your damage, right, you would want to make sure you have your dots up first, and then you go in for your actual damage. And once
okay.
You would reapply it, right? So you're constantly doing damage outside of all that, yeah.
Okay. So generally use bio to set them up, and then use ruin to finish them off. Gotcha.
Yeah, because you're pretty much, and it gives you that opportunity where if you need to run away and everything, you're able to, and bio might actually take them out.
Okay. Piecing it together slowly but surely.
Yeah, I mean, 14's one of those games where there's so much to it. Even for me, still playing the game today, I learn new things. So I've been playing this game for years, and somebody will tell me, "Oh, why are you not doing this?" Like, I had no clue that was even in there. So it's a huge game. There's so many avenues for content and how you want to play. And one of the cool things with it is you don't have to, so the class that you picked, Arcanist, which becomes Summoner, right? You don't have to stick with that. If you decide after leveling it to 15, you're like, this is not the job for me, you don't have to go roll a new character in 14. You essentially can play every single job and keep your character. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
So like I have a tank class. I have my main dragoon, which is like a melee DPS, and then I have my caster, which is a red mage. But yeah, so you're already on the grind, killing them ladybugs.
So in case in case trying to go on the spell casting line doesn't go too well, I can always just switch it up, try to be a tank.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of the nice things is you don't have to create another character and go through the headache of you don't have to go through the headache of going through the story again or leveling your character up to 80 to do in-game content and all of that. You're able to have your one character, which in my opinion ends up creating this kind of, you gain an attachment to your character almost. I know that sounds nerdy,
Right.
but because like your character goes through so much, you're able to play all these other jobs and you still have the history and these cool cutscenes with your character and everything.
Right. Because it's just like when I'm playing. Because it was the same thing when I was playing Phantasy Star. Like you go through so much, and you get all these different items. You get all these stat buffs and all this other stuff, and it's like it's cool, and you're just building as you go.
Yeah, and that's one of the things is because this game is so story heavy, you do get to see your character and like the relationships your character has with a lot of the characters and everything. So
Stellar Explosion just wiped out a whole bunch of stuff. Is Vento flexing?
that star explosion was me.
Oh.
Technically that was keeping you healed, but it also does explode and do damage at the end.
Okay, no. I figured one of you was flexing there. Like, I'm just gonna do this because you're kind of not killing things fast enough. I'm like, well,
Vento is going to show some of the OP-ness of Blue Mage.
Okay.
This is a fun job. Maybe he'll self-destruct. Let's see.
So what separates Blue Mage from like? Because I know Red Mage does like everything.
Yeah.
And Black Mage does dark magic. White Mage does healing magic.
Mm-hmm.
Time Mage doodles with time. But I've never heard of Blue actually.
So Blue Mage is a unique kind of job in Final Fantasy XIV. They get their spells by getting hit by the spells from enemies.
Oh,
so
that sounds kind of familiar, but go on.
Yeah. So it always exists in other Final Fantasies. So like Final Fantasy VIII, Quistis was technically the Blue Mage. But yeah, in this game, if you go fight a bomb and the bomb blows up, self-destructs, there's a chance that you learn that
self-destruct.
spell.
Right.
Exactly. And it works exactly like you think. So if Vento does self-destruct, he dies.
Right.
But he does a ton of damage. And so that's why a lot of the like actual real content in 14, Blue Mages aren't able to queue in for because they're kind of in their own unique job area. But it's definitely a super fun job to play when you're not, if you're bored and you're looking for more content in 14.
Right.
I forget what they call it. They call it like a secondary job or something. Somebody in chat might be able to correct me, but it's, yep, there he goes. So here, I'll get him up. But it's pretty much another level of things to do in the game. So I want them to do that sort of stuff again with Beastmaster. I think Beastmaster would be pretty cool. If you could have a class that allowed you to maybe summon, a Lost Lamb or a Wharf Rat to fight alongside you, that'd be kind of cool. But we'll see. It's not going to be in this expansion.
Right. So, because when you were talking about them being able to learn spells by being hit by them, that was how, in Final Fantasy Tactics, that's how Summoner was able to learn Zodiark.
Right.
They had to get hit by the attack by the one enemy that can do it in the whole game, and they had to survive. And then they would learn Zodiark, and then in order for Ramza to learn Ultima, he had to get hit by one of the demons, because they were the only ones that did Ultima.
Yep.
And I think the other thing was you had to be in your guts class, your basic class, and you need to defend, I think.
Yeah, limited job, that's what it's called. Yeah. Yeah, but it pretty much works exactly the same, and it's just sort of another piece of content that they've slowly been adding to 14. So you have your main job that you pretty much would go into story quests and dungeons and all of that, but then you have your blue mage, which is kind of its own little world. But it's a lot of fun actually going out and trying to collect all these spells. I think I'm pretty sure you can go like fight Shiva and you can steal a spell from her as well.
Oh, okay. So let's see here. Is there like armor stuff that you can put on in the game, or is it just basically just weapons and spells? That's how you move the mouse. Okay. So I just learned something else. Okay. You see how my mouse is moving on screen? Mm-hmm. You have to use the touch function of the face button to move it.
That makes sense.
Okay. See, so now I'm highlighting Sullen Windsong and such. Okay.
Yeah, so, I remember a big part of them for Final Fantasy XIV, after the 1.0 release that was pretty much a garbage fire. They really wanted to have a hotbar interface that worked and made a lot of sense for console players. So they spent a lot of time in trying to figure that out and make it as painless as possible. Mm-hmm. But I've never actually experienced it myself. I want to, like I said, I do want to try doing a playthrough and see what it's like. Because I've been at like E3, I was watching some people do a big boss fight in this game, and it's nuts. Like how they know it's just muscle memory for them hitting R2 and then swapping to L2 and casting all these spells. It's crazy seeing how fast that they can move with the controller.
Invento was specifying you had to be Squire on Ramza and survive the hit. I don't think using Defend was required, but you could learn it from Elmdor's assassins as they cast it too. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think when I looked at the little thing online back when I was playing it, it was saying you had to survive it, and for some reason it said you need to defend in order to do it. But man, it was such a pain because like the only way you could get it from that one enemy for Zodiark, he had to be targeted, and the way you survive it was you just had to have a ninja with break magic, and just double strike break magic. So then the boss's magic goes from like whatever it is to like 1. Yeah. So then his Zodiark only does like 5. And it's like, oh well, we learned the move.
Tactics was great. I wish that Square would show a little bit more love to Tactics, because it really is a fantastic Final Fantasy. But they're releasing that Project Triangle game, which feels Tactics like, but it's not an actual Tactics release.
So wait, will it not let me attack this giant behemoth of death?
I mean, you could try, but I will say you'll probably die in a couple hits.
I'm pretty sure I will too.
Because I think you're what? You're level 3.
I am level 3.
A level 12 Gubu, and you are the size of his thigh, I think. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I am literally the size. No, I'm not even the size of his thigh. I'm the size of his calf. I am literally the size of his calf. And I'm gonna need you to stop, brown nosing there. That's we don't do this. Oh my gosh, and he's all right. Look here,
he's up there.
Look here, you. We have a clean stream here. Daggone it! Nothing but to sit here watching you brown nose and whatnot.
It's a scene out of Ace Ventura.
So I see. Can I? Oh well, they're
Vento's
dead.
flexing.
Yeah, he's flexing. I was sitting. Maybe that's why I couldn't target it, because Vento had already decided to dunk on it. Wait a minute, or maybe it's because.
But to answer your question, yeah, there's a bunch of different gear stuff that she can have later in the game. There's this whole system called glamour, so you can technically have the best gear, but you can make it look like something else. So a really good example would be, for me, for Halloween, I got this pumpkin hat on, right?
Right.
And that's not actually like armor that I'm wearing or deals with my stats or anything. But it's just a little fun for the season. The Halloween hat on. But you can do all the different stuff. Like the outfit I have with my little pumpkin head is technically Noctis's outfit from Final Fantasy XV.
Oh, nice.
They do a bunch of collabs with.
Oh yeah, I see it. That's pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah. So it's they've done that. They've done like Final Fantasy XIII stuff where lightning has showed up. But yeah, it was literally like just this last week, Noctis was technically visiting Final Fantasy XIV, to put it one way.
Oh, nice.
And you can get his car, and it's nuts how much stuff this game actually has. So this is the Final Fantasy XV car.
Jeez, man! I looked out for a second. All of a sudden, there's a car in front of me.
Like I was saying, everything. Final Fantasy XIV has pretty much everything you can think of.
That's pretty funny.
It's not just killing ladybugs.
It's not just killing. Am I even getting experience? I can't even tell, because
You should be.
that might be because I see Arcane level or ACN level 3. It says experience 110 out of 1100, but it's been at 110 for a very long time.
Yeah, you're right. It's because we're technically in your party, so if you're killing them, and we're not in the same party, I think you'll actually end up getting more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we started off lower level, but we were switching classes and everything.
Right.
It's the game's way of trying to prevent people from power leveling.
Oh, okay. Where it's like, I'm guessing like if someone just like because I know in a lot of games you hit them once, and then if you have your goons do the rest of the work, you get the experience.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's preventing that. So I personally have to strike them down then, eh?
Yeah, like
Are
there's
you still following this
technically,
guy?
if you wanted to cheese leveling, what you could do is you just run through here, and Vento and I keep you alive,
Oh,
and
wow.
you would end up getting all the experience because you tagged them the first time. That is a method of power leveling.
Oh, okay. I see. Alright, let me see here. So you can still tag something and they kill it, just not in a party, but grinding mobs isn't super efficient. Also, Adia Heartily, thank you for the follow. You're loved and appreciated for that. Thank you. Vince Lieber, if you mean 14, it's L1 and right analog stick up, down to zoom in and out. Okay.
Yeah, I think Adea actually is he's one of the controller players, so he would probably be able to know controller stuff way better than I would.
Right. But this is cool though, because like you said, you were curious about doing controller play at some point, and I'm essentially your guinea pig in that regard.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. So you can kind of get an idea of like what all is where.
Yeah, you're giving me a primer.
Let's see. You want me to attack this thing? Out of range, my foot.
But yeah, this is just like the early taste of 14. There's a ton in this game.
Okay, so let's see here. I got an animal skin, hooray. So I think okay, so here's my plan. You see this large, scary...
I do, you wanna survive.
I am going to poison it, and then I'm gonna run like a little girl.
Alright, well I'll support you in this.
Take this. Come here.
I'm just curious how much damage it does in one hit.
I'm probably dead in one hit. I'm going to run.
Must
run away.
If I need to
Ow!
run, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad.
Okay. Ow. I don't.
Okay, maybe he's hitting you for a good amount now.
I'm not long for this world.
Oh, don't worry, we ended him.
Okay. Slapped me like 3 times. I saw my life flash before my eyes. Good grief. Oh, jeez, I'm just punched in the face. What am I targeting? Why am I targeting all the way over there?
It's alright, just because we're small in size doesn't mean we don't back up.
Hey man, I'm small in size, and I'm very squishy, so there's that. All right, so let me see here. So how far can we go, or how far will this game allow me to go?
Probably, I mean,
there's a puck hatchling, there's a goblin fisher. They're a little bit stronger. Oh wait, we have to go across the bridge. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we can go literally anywhere.
Oh,
I could fly you straight up into the sky if you really wanted to.
I don't know if I'm ready for flying up into the sky and being very scared of everything. Take this. Oh gosh. I know. I might not be familiar with this game, but I know what that means.
See, you're already an expert. You'd be surprised. There are so many people who see that for the first time and just stand in it. They don't realize that's a danger zone.
Yeah.
So you're already ahead of many people.
Stop that.
Look at that.
Haha! Oh, whoa, what's that? Oh.
That was Vento.
Yo! Freaking Vento just comes out of nowhere doing random attacks. I'm like, oh, who's trying to sneak me?
Level like 50 enemies showed up.
What's with these yellow jackets? These yellow jackets get out of my face.
This is actually an in-world event that can happen.
What did that say?
It
said I am too low level, and then a bunch of other stuff. Didn't quite gather what was said.
Because you're level 3, technically this is level 5 fate, so it's warning you that if you join it, you could get your ass beat. That's
okay.
Kind of what it's saying.
Alright, well, I'm gonna participate.
But yeah, these are called fates. These are in-world events that randomly happen in different areas. So like these yellow jackets will show up and everything. And I'm actually able to like level sync down to also participate without nuking everything.
Right. Okay, so we're over here. We're beating things up. Take this.
Tiny little vegetables.
Tiny little vegetables that... Alright, we leveled up. Sweet. Pets?
Nice.
Hold them off while I read this thing. You can now summon a pet to do your bidding. You only have access to one pet now, but there will be others. Blah blah blah. Once your pet is summoned, oh, okay, I can summon a critter.
Yeah, you can summon I think a carbuncle right now.
Carbuncle, go! Get in there! Show them what for! What do you do, Carbuncle? I have no idea what you do. Are you doing it right now?
I think he's supervising.
Oh, he must be, cause yeah, he must have been, cause he did not do a lot. He kind of showed up, did a couple of flips, and then he's kind of still here. If you basically you are below the recommended level, your contribution won't weigh as heavily, meaning you get as much as XP as others. Okay. Fate rewards. Cool. Okie dokie.
Yeah, so you get like experience and gil pretty much.
Hooray! We're at level 4. I'm happy. Come here, you. Come here, you. I have a bone to pick with you. Take this. No, you're not. You're not hitting me. Go, Carbuncle!
Yeah, your carbuncle's actually attacking now.
Oh yeah, we dodged those. Carbuncle, protect me!
Yeah, so like at the lower levels, all you get is carbuncle, but the more you play as Arcanist, which then becomes Summoner, you actually end up getting Ifrit and Garuda and Titan. And I think
okay.
you can also summon Bahamut, but he's kind of just like he'll show up once and do some stuff.
Okay. And I just have to keep in mind some of these other attacks here. No, stop trying to backflip me. No, we don't do those. We don't do those things around here. That's not how this works. That's not chain bonus. Oh, chain bonus? So just keep hitting things?
If you keep on killing enemies, it sort of ramps up the experience you get. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, Carbuncle, let's go.
Ah! Carbuncle's doing work.
Yes, Carbuncle is in fact doing work. It's Carbuncle. We got more stuff. We've got more mutants to mangle. Oh! Carbuncle agrees.
I'll admit, you picked up on stuff pretty quickly. You've only played one other MMO?
Yes, Phantasy Star Online, Phantasy Star Universe.
Gotcha.
Come here, you. Have one of these. Yeah, so the good thing is a lot of stuff kind of carries over between the games. I think the only difference here is that because we're using, since we're on current gen technology, the, certain functions are a little bit different because of the controller that we have.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you're not going to backfit me. Also, Nemesis Nami, thank you for the follow. You look appreciate for that. Thank you. Here, have one of these. Carbuncle, protect me! Good stuff. Alright.
Yeah, there's a lot, like, in the 14 world, I know Carbuncle is a huge fan favorite, so they have a bunch of Carbuncle merch.
Oh, nice.
Like, slippers that you can wear and stuff.
But I mean, Carbuncle is cool and all, but I will always and forever be a chocobo guy. I'm about to get hit. No, I'm not. I lied. You can now accept the next job class. It went away too fast, so it's fine. We're just gonna keep beating up this
I think it's because you got to level 5?
I am at level 5, yes.
Yeah. That pretty much lets you continue. So in 14, you have, like, the main story quest line, but then you have your own. Every job has its own individual sort of story as well.
Oh, okay.
So stuff that was like, if you go through the Arcanist quest line, you'll have specific characters that you interact with that you might see later on in the game, and it's pretty cool. You'll have specific conversations, so if you met them because you played that specific quest line, they'll actually remember you, and you would get a different line of dialogue than, say, like I would, because I didn't play through that quest line.
Right.
So it's cool. There's a lot of work that goes into trying to make all that feel unique in this game.
Psychic.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like it heals me. Okay.
Yeah. Arcanist is one of the Arcanist Summoner, because it evolves into Summoner, right? That's one of those jobs that actually can heal and battle res as well. So your main focus is to damage and kill.
Okay.
But they come in clutch in raid and stuff, where if everybody dies and the healers all die, you're able to res one of the healers to sort of save the raid and not have everybody wipe and get sad.
Right. Let's see, level 5 B Cloud. Oh boy, this is fun! This is so much fun. Let me see here. Let's say, so you said what got you into web design was basically when you were doing a web page for a sports team that you were hanging out with.
Yeah, the old high school, yeah.
Right. Is that literally what got you into web design, or was there any other factors that were involved in it, or?
It's yeah, like I don't know, man. It was one of those things where I was able to get some kind of creative stuff from doing all of that and being able to convince these teachers to let me do the website, and it kind of just kept going from there. Like I think it's just it's always been the sort of personality that I have, where I'm never entirely satisfied with what I've made or what I have like created, right? So because of that, it would start with a simple website where I learned like basic web design, basic web dev, but then wanting to do more, seeing that people were doing more and thinking I could do that as well. So yeah, it started with the baseball team at my high school, and then from there it would just be like I want to do different and more interesting sites. So I think the next site I ended up doing was a website for a band at my school that was more like metal screamo, which was a very different, darker vibe compared to a baseball site. But yeah, it started there, and there's that constant itch of wanting to do more and different and better things, and finding people who are willing to let me do that and take a bet that I can deliver. And yeah, 15 plus years later, here we are.
That's amazing, dude. Freaking,
it is crazy.
Just seeing where you started and where it got you is always you know, very interesting to behold once you actually get there.
Yeah, it's a trip to see where things started and how simple they were to how complex they are now. Like back then, you had to know maybe two, 3 things to be able to do web design, web dev. Now I juggle like 20 different tasks each day for the company I work for just to make things work. So it's been a ride for sure. But it's fun. It still is something that I get a lot of enjoyment from. I don't get bored from it. Like always trying to find ways to utilize that skill. Like I mentioned earlier, the Square Enix calendar and doing all of that, like leveraging those skills and how I can make it seem useful for the Final Fantasy community as a whole, the Square Enix community as a whole. That's really what I get a lot of enjoyment from. And it's the same thing with the video editing stuff too. Like the video I'll be releasing soon, centered around Final Fantasy XIV. It's kind of just a creative love letter to the people we meet through these games and everything, because I don't think we think a lot about that. A lot of people don't think about that or talk about that in gaming too much. Like you and I met because of Dissidia.
Right, exactly.
Without Dissidia, we wouldn't have ever known each other, watched each other's streams, been able to like hang out.
Right.
So I like that sort of stuff, and I like being able to use the skills that I have to try to highlight that and bring a little bit of attention to that. You're killing everything now.
Yeah, like once I kind of got a handle of what's going on, I can kind of, and plus, you know, my main man Carbuncle here is like,
you doing work?
Putting in work. That level 5, like, hey yo, boss, I got you, man, I got you. I'll give you the suppressive fire while you set up your big attack. As I got critical hit for 11. And then 12. But then again, I think it's because they're just really strong. Carbuncle, take care of it. Thank you.
I think you also end up getting different carbuncles. I think there's like a yellow one that works more as a tank.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Actually, you know what? Let me beat up some more of these gobbers that are over here. Daggone goblins. Goblins always want to be a pain in my side. Or whatnot.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure that's the first enemy you find in Final Fantasy 1 as well.
Yeah, because when it comes to enemy creatures, I don't know. For some reason, my brain immediately just went to chocobos for some reason.
That you fought chocobos?
Well, then I realized that's only a Final Fantasy Tactics, where chocobos are like the most powerful creature in the whole game.
Wasn't Tactics also the one that Moogles aren't present?
I think so.
I don't think there's a single Moogle in Final Fantasy Tactics.
Nah, I don't believe it. If there is, they're not very involved in the game at all.
I think they brought them because 12 and Tactics is like in the same world, but
Right.
12 has Moogles, but Tactics does not. I always forget. This is one of those things where, like, timeline-wise, like, the Moogles died out. So I think Tactics came after 12? I don't know. Somebody in your chat will correct me.
Right. Original Tactics, they are extinct. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, you're not dead yet.
Yeah, what Breed said. See that?
Oh, okay. Huh.
See, we got Final Fantasy stands and shit.
Yeah. Oh, a little Final Fantasy. Vento says Goblins and Wolves were in Final Fantasy 1.
That's right.
Only the original Tactics. Tactics Advance and Advance 2 have Moogles. Tactics Advance... what? Okay. Soren, you can already tell by my tone, but what is your take on Tactics Advance and Advance 2?
Okay, so I can tell by your tone you're not a fan.
It might be an understatement, but please, I'd like to hear what your thoughts are.
I'm not entirely against Tactics Advance, but I prefix that with I tend to be biased with Final Fantasies anyways, where, like, I don't think there's an actual Final Fantasy that I dislike. There are aspects to every Final Fantasy that I'm not super thrilled about, right? Like 13, for example, everybody criticizes it's very linear. And I agree, but I also, like, I enjoy 13 for what it is. Advanced, for me, was one of those games where there's a little bit of nostalgia to it, where I got in trouble so many times with my mom for playing that while I should have been asleep. And she would, like, catch me in bed playing Tactics Advanced, because I loved Tactics, and I wanted the next, little bit of Final Fantasy in my life, and that was Tactics Advanced. But nowadays... It has its faults. It's no Final Fantasy Tactics.
Right.
What are your... I want to hear, what is your opinion of...
Look, somebody actually had the... Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Someone actually had the game and allowed me to give it a shot. So I played it, and I don't know if it was a story event or whatever that I was playing or what, but for some odd reason there was a judge.
Yes, the judge system.
So that actually was a mechanic in the game that was in the whole game.
Yeah, it is the worst. So what would make it so awful was it's completely random, right? So if you went in, you could go into some battles where it was like, all right, you're not allowed to do physical attacks. You're like, what?
Oh boy.
So now you have to go through this entire fight, and it just would make the fight linger on because, you can only do magical attacks, but if you only had, like, one mage in your party, you're kind of screwed. So, the judge system, if they made it a little bit more lenient, it could probably be better.
Yeah, man, because, dude, like, for real, I played this game. I literally played this Final Fantasy Tactics quote-unquote game, and I saw this judge, and I tried to target it, and I couldn't target it. Like, what is that? It's like, the judge, like, what's a judge doing in my Final Fantasy Tactics game? Like, oh, it's part of the game. It's like, no, it's not. Not in my game. In my game, this sort of thing does not exist, nor does it matter. And
it was definitely a weird addition to the Tactics series, and it was definitely the most painful thing that they did for Advanced. But,
yeah. Oh my gosh, it was just hurting my soul. And
yeah, that's a fair response. I think most people would agree with you.
Oy vey. Alright, so I'm at level 6. It looks like I got another thingy here. Well, let me target a dude and see what it does.
That might be another dot.
Miasma? Oh, what does that do? What? Oh, it looks like another something that
it's another dot.
Oh, okay.
Your job is, at least in this expansion right now, your job is heavily on dot rotation. So a lot of your DPS is entirely by just casting the spell and letting it sit there for 30 seconds and then recasting.
Oh, okay.
Which doesn't click with everybody. Not everybody loves that kind of job, but once it becomes summoner, there's a little bit more involved, and I think it's getting the biggest rework with this expansion that's coming out too for Endwalker.
So let's see here. Aren't that bad, but they're not on the same level. So my customer opinion was better than so for the I love the prospect of an optimal opener involving me being forced to self-destruct before trick windows all... Okay, he's talking about something else. A2 had the best combat and Jocelyn, but OG was the best all-around, hands down. Did you tell him he's going to be relearning the whole job next expansion?
Yeah. So Summoner does get a complete rework for this next expansion. That's what I'm saying. Right now, you're doing a bunch of like dot DPS. But that'll all change. So.
Oh, okay.
If you stick with the game, you know.
Let's see. I'm at level 6. This thing is at level 17. What was that other thing at from the earlier spot? It was like, at level 11?
If you're at level 6, that's at 17. That'll kick our butts.
Right.
If we go, you see where I'm at? If we go this way, I think there's another fate over here.
Oh, okay.
That's closer to your level that you'll probably get a good chunk of experience from.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I see them fighting some weird squid things off in the distance.
Squid things?
Yeah, right over this hill. See that?
Yeah, I see him. See if I can pick one.
Get your carbon will do the work for you.
Yeah? I mean, he doesn't have to do all of the work. He just needs to do most of it. Oh, I'm not targeting anybody. Oh, I'm actually targeting some bees?
You are? Yeah.
Oh, these things stack? Nice. Hold on, let me...
All of your dots? Yeah.
Okay, I must have got belted by something. There you are. Have one of these.
So Final Fantasy-wise, have you played a lot of Final Fantasies, or do you have a favorite?
Okay, so my end-all, be-all Final Fantasy game is always going to be, it's always going to be Final Fantasy Tactics. It is the only Final Fantasy game I've ever played more than once. And the only Final Fantasy game that I've played 6 times.
6 times? Like all the way through?
Yes, across different platforms. Yeah, like, I absolutely love Final Fantasy Tactics. Like, even, like, just being able to, and even though it's very unforgiving with some of the stuff that happens, like, I didn't care. I just loved it to pieces. Hey, stop running away. Come back here. Come back here. I didn't tell you. No, come back here.
We beat them. They're afraid of you.
No, come back here. Stop running. Stop running. Oh, dang, man. I gotta deal with you now. I didn't ask for this. Come here, you.
Nah, I would say Tactics is easily in my top 3.
Right.
That's a favorite of mine as well.
Like, what I will say, though, is that I do have a soft spot for Final Fantasy VII, like most fanboys do.
Does. Yeah.
What I will say is it's a lot better for me this time around because I actually played through and completed it within the last few months. And
the original or the remake?
The original, actually. Like right before the remake came out, I played the original all the way through because I had it back when it first came out, but my poor gaming pea brain didn't understand how JRPGs worked, so I stopped playing it. And then, so I came back and I played it again, and the fact that I know the things that I know now, I was able to enjoy the game that much more. And I was able to play through it. I cleared it, and then by then, remake came out, and I played through that. And I strongly believe that because I played through the original first, I was able to appreciate the remake that much more.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like because then as I was playing it, I could make comparisons like, okay, so how are they going to handle this event? Or how are they going to expound on this other event, right? Mm-hmm. And then the fact like the crazy the house monster, how it got it got promoted to a boss. I was like, yo, Hell House moving up in the world.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Yo, he's actually kind of tough.
For sure.
Yeah, so it's like
well,
go ahead.
You beat it, right?
Yeah, I beat it.
Okay. So moving into spoilers, if people haven't played it, but then you've had plenty of time. Right. Are you excited? Are you happy with the sort of direction that they're running with with the remake?
I actually do like it a lot.
Cool.
Personally, like, I'll tell you what I told my chat when I was playing it originally. Freaking Final Fantasy VII Remake was exactly what I wanted Kingdom Hearts to be. Where,
interesting. Okay.
where it's like, in Kingdom Hearts, the only character you can actively control is Sora, or whoever the protagonist is in the respective game.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, you have a squad of 3, but you can cycle between them. And they all have they still also have like their unique abilities and loadouts, whatever you want it to be. And and the reason why the reason why I enjoyed that fact so much is because a non-Final Fantasy RPG that I absolutely adore is Tales of Symphonia.
That's a game that I need to play. A lot of people tell me to play Tales.
Yeah, Tales of Symphonia. I played it on the GameCube with my late best friend. And one of the things he told me was like, "Hey, you want to play Tales of Symphonia?" I was like, "What kind of game is it?" Like, "It's an RPG." It's like, "Isn't that 1 player?" It's like, "It's 4 player." I'm like, "How?" And then we played it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this game is amazing!" Yo, I didn't realize this was a thing. But yeah, we played that and we beat it, and oh my gosh, I had so much fun. Like, oh, I got interrupted. I don't like you. Oh, I know what I did. Oh yeah, it's really fun. Like, cause it's like you just go through the story, and then like when you get into like battles, that's when the 4-player aspect of the game pops in. And
nice.
Okay, the bippity boopy. What's all this? Oh, Chocobo! Chocobo!
I was pulling you out here to see a Chocobo for your first time in the
game. Yay! The only thing that's missing is for me being able to pet it. Oh,
true.
That would have been so great. Like one of the games I'm playing is called Hades. And,
oh yeah, Hades is great.
And in Hades, whenever you go back to home after getting killed, you can go up to Cerberus so you can pet Cerberus.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, and here we go. Here we go. Winsong with the flexing again. Big old scary looking Chocobo, decked out in armor and whatnot.
He's got his war Chocobo ready to go.
Yeah, that is definitely. Look here, you. Carbuncle is not impressed. Okay, Carbuncle doesn't care. Carbuncle says, "Yo, you can get these hands too. I don't care how much armor you have. I don't care if you are at level 1,000,000." Carbuncle is ready. Oh gosh, but yeah, like the moment I realized you could pet Cerberus, I was like, oh, this game's amazing now. Don't worry about running away from enemies while fighting them. Okay, no problem. Vento has given me the seal of approval that you guys will ensure that I'm not just, dead. What is this?
Nah, you won't die. Nah, Hades is. I've noticed the older I get, there are very few games that I can stick with that are long single-player playthroughs. Hades is one of those games that I sunk a ton of time into.
Right.
Just because of the roguelike, where I don't know. I found I'm playing a lot of games where I can jump into it, play for 15-20 minutes, and jump back out, and I'm good. Hades was kind of one of those games. Dungeon Encounters has been that game for me recently as well. That came out last week from Square.
Right. Because I know I actually have a coworker who couldn't quite get into it, and then I had to tell him the key thing about it is that you have to trying to escape from hell is one part of the game, but the other part of the game is the lore that gets unlocked every time you die, right? Because you talk with the characters and you get to learn more about the characters and the story and all this other stuff.
That studio is also great, man. They do great work.
Let's see here. So let's see. Our combo is my asthma into bio into ruin until we get hit by a fireball or we get hit by something. So we know what our combo is. It just doesn't work.
If picking it up, and then you got Carbuncle also helping you out. Throwing out. I think it's Arrow Cast.
Yeah.
Looks like wind damage.
Yeah, it's only hitting for one though. These things might be resistant to it. That's what I'm guessing. Usually if an attack goes off, but it doesn't do a lot of damage, usually means they're resistant to it.
True.
And then you're just kind of sad after that. I'm aiming at bees. That's fine. Take that, bees! Have some of this, bees!
I mean, you've climbed pretty quick already.
Oh, you think so?
Taken on level 8 bees. You've already done a couple fates, yeah. I mean, like I said, I've played this game with people where it takes them quite a bit of time to figure out what you would consider basic stuff. Like you see the AOE circles surround you.
Right, and I'm like, I need to move.
Right, that's a bad. I've seen people that they'll struggle with that. So.
Oh, I joined a fate. I don't know where it is, but
we did join a fate. I think it's around this hill.
Okay. All right. Excuse me, hatchling. We'll have to deal with. Where's this fate at? Where is it? Where is it?
Here, I will help kill.
Okay. Take this. I think it's gonna chase us.
I think it's. Oh. Oh, it's a big boy.
Ooh. Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
I got you. You don't need to run. I got you.
It's okay. It's alright. I got it.
You won't die with me. I'll keep you alive, sir.
Okay. Sweet. This is definitely a big boy here. So I was like, oh, he's kind of running at me. Yikes.
Yeah.
But you guys.
This level 8 guy is definitely sort of a mini boss in the world.
Oh, okay.
If you wanna take him out, smack him with your bio.
Let's go.
Guess I'll try to keep this blue mage alive.
Oh boy, he has a ton of. Oh, is this like a relative of a behemoth?
Kinda, yeah. There are actual behemoths in the game.
Right.
But, this would be...
We're not doing that spell when we're in that area of death.
We're essentially fighting a in-world mini-boss right now.
Nice. Let's go. Off guard. You have so much health. It's gonna be really fun for me to blow you up.
He really likes this AoEs too.
Yeah, he's AoEing like crazy. Okay, gotta make sure I keep track of my cooldown for my attacks. Okay. Let's go!
For Summoner, where you're at right now, that's really what the juggle is trying to keep all of your dots up, because you have so many.
Okay. Okay.
I'm apparently the tank right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. We got this, Carbuncle.
You and Carbuncle can't go wrong.
No, we cannot go wrong. We're giving this thing the most gnarliest of enemas. Because he's definitely not looking in our direction.
Yeah, I kind of have him pointed that way, my bad.
Mm-hmm. No, it's perfectly fine.
Victory.
Victory! Yahoo Watashi wa kataze.
Did you level 2? Oh, I think you did. Yeah,
I
level 7.
did. I'm at level 7 now, and everything's running at me. Alright. Okay, down. I've got you guys on cleanup. Alright.
Easy.
That's easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
And then here comes somebody with an airship that turned into a mech. Oy vey.
That would be Vento.
Yep, Vento with the flex. Again. Always be flexing? Is that what we're doing around here?
I mean, it is an MMO. That's pretty much what you want, right?
Yeah.
Collect all the cool stuff.
Let's see here. Let me...
I have Cloud's bike.
Let's see. Actually, let me do it this way. So what's this? Automatically attacks your current target at a set interval determined by your weapon. Sprint increases movement speed, duration, blah blah blah. It's your current home points. What's this thing? Reduce your body to aether and instantly teleport to any aetherite to which you have previously attuned. Requires a guild fee paid upon arrival at your destination. Oh, okay. So these are like quality of life traveling things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's so many different areas that you can travel to this game.
There you go, flexing again with the pretty
yeah.
carbuncle and whatnot.
He's got the giant carbuncle.
Mm-hmm. Does that like help you traveling wise, or is it literally just aesthetic?
No, it helps you traveling wise. So like, you technically can, if you, I don't know what it is on the controller, but if you're able to target me, you can actually get into this car.
Okay. Let's see here. So I'm targeting...
Oh wait, I think I need to add you as a party.
Okay.
And now you should be able to target me. And actually do ride Pillion.
Oh, let's see, blippity bloop. Target,
I don't know what it is for controller. Ed might know if he's still in chat.
Let me see.
It's the like technical right click or whatever.
Huh?
Square then X, Ed says.
Square. Oh, I see. We're gonna mount seat 3. Oh, wait,
yeah.
that's...
See, now you're actually in the car, and wherever I go,
Yeah.
you go.
That's funny.
Including up in the air.
Oh gosh, we're flying. We're flying.
There you go.
All right. Well, you know what? Since we're all up in the air and whatnot, how about you? Oh no, Carbuncle's confused. Let's see. I'm at what level 7? Take me to where the creatures are like level 15.
Level 15, huh? Okay.
I'm feeling froggy.
Let's see how you can hold up.
Yeah, let's see how long I last.
Right there. There's some crabs down there.
Oh boy, crabs! They got ointments for that, you know.
Oh. Oh, they do. Let's see. I think there's a fate over here that's like level 14. This guy right here.
Okay. Oh, this guy?
Yeah, so it's just started. So I think we end up fighting dudes, and then we run back to him.
Oh, okay.
And, like, give him stuff, I think. Oh, yeah, they're right out here.
Oh, they're over there. Alright.
Mad Sergeants.
Okay, shoot. Uh-oh. Well, I figured out how to... Hold on. I'm having a bit of a technical issue.
Oh, I think it's because you hit R1.
Ah, okay, there we go.
Technically, like, that's you controlling Carbuncle.
Really? Oh, I didn't know I could do that.
Yeah, you can give him commands for, like, I want you to attack, or I want you to hold back.
There we go.
He is
finally targeted somebody. Okay. Alright, let's see. Trying to... Oops. Oh, I'm... Ah! You know what else? If I actually targeted somebody.
We also have soldiers helping us.
Yeah, and the soldiers keep eating my lock. That's a little obnoxious. Have this. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. That! Ow!
Ooh,
that really hurt!
I got you, don't worry. You won't die with me.
Okay. Dang it, why do I keep targeting our allies?
Yeah, the targeting is kinda wonky in this game.
So I see. Ouch.
I have seen a lot of controller players get really used to like cycling through really quickly, but again, I don't know.
Okay. We have survived, especially because we got a Soren guy here. Up and down, cycle one set of targets. Left, right, cycle the other. Oh, okay. So we gotta be able to cycle the targeting, of course. Let's see here. Jeez, man. I can, like... I will say, this reminds me of the things that I really enjoyed about MMORPGs. Like, it's so easy to just get caught up in what you're doing and just having a good old time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where, like, especially, I think it's more fun when you have people to play with.
Yeah, I agree.
Vento's throwing bombs at us.
So I see.
But, yeah, it's definitely, especially, like, for Final Fantasy fans as well, because there's so much Final Fantasy love in this. There's one of those, you know how the Final Fantasy community loves their conspiracy theories. There's one of those theories that 14 is the central point. It's the hub of all other Final Fantasies, because there are so many aspects of other Final Fantasies in this. You know, you got the Warrior Light from Final Fantasy 1, you got Noctis showing up, you have Lightning from 13, so there is one of those crazy theories that
20 30 seconds. I'm just reading over my attacks.
Yeah, no, all good.
And I did something. Oh, I did Psychic by mistake. Oh, okay.
That's your heal.
Yeah.
So, like, the nice thing about the class that you actually picked is you do have a little bit of self-sustain, because if you do get in a sticky situation, you can heal yourself a little bit.
Right. So wait, we gotta go back and talk to the guy, let him know that we took care of it, or?
No, I think we're good there. If you wanted, we can continue up this hill and go to the next area.
Sure.
Explore more of Eastern La Nocia.
Yep. Eastern Limousine. Feels good. Or was it Eastern Lasagna? I don't know.
No, I think you went with Limousine, but lasagna is also a good
okay, so next question. Do you have a philosophy or rule of thumb with your content creation? I think you might have mentioned it a little bit earlier.
A little bit, yeah. For me, it was something Mr. Beast actually said. He's a huge creator. Everybody kind of knows him from YouTube. But he made a comment to another streamer where he pretty much asked the question, do you love everything that you put out?
Right.
And I think that resonated with me. You should try connecting with this Aetherite, by the way. That resonated with me because I never want to put something out there that feels half-assed or is just for clickbait or money or some sponsor or anything like that. All the content that I work on, stream-wise, anything I put out on Twitter, all of that, I want to be proud of it. So that's always first and foremost usually where my mind goes with content creation stuff. Is I have a very high quality threshold that it needs to meet, and if I'm not happy with it, you'll probably never see it uploaded or anything along those lines. Not that everything's perfect. I'm always trying to push my content to be better and better. But yeah, it definitely needs to meet my expectations. If I'm not happy with it, I just don't put it up there. I'm not trying to do the like upload something every day or try to meet the 10-minute mark on YouTube content that people try to push, you know. I don't pay attention to a lot of that stuff. It is mostly, am I happy with what I'm putting out there?
Right, because I think Vento actually mentioned in the last month's meetup, is like it was either Vento or it was Lord KO, one of those two, but one of them said that would you be willing to watch this stuff yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So yeah, you seem to share the same sentiment, which makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you think about it, there's so much content out there.
Let's slow down a little bit. That is a 32 I see over there. Okay. All right. Pompadour ain't having none of that. That's a little too high. That is literally me just poking a daggone stick at Area 51. Good.
Yeah, I wonder what's down here. Maybe there's.
Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, I'm willing to risk my neck against like a 15 or maybe even a 17, but 32?
Yeah, that's a couple levels higher than you.
That I am literally a fraction of that level. Oh boy, like that. No, I just die. I literally they sniff me funny and then I just faint. I see people over there. Appears to be water.
I think this is the area where you can actually unlock Ninja as a class.
Those are level 60s.
Yep, those are scary.
Yeah, they're scary too. I'd love to tag one of them and then just run, but
I'm pretty sure one regular attack from them would probably nuke you.
Yes, I will die an utterly horrible death. Oh no, this is looking kind of bad. I don't know if we want to be over here.
Seeing as how they're also 32 over there, yeah, probably.
Okay.
Probably too high level, but you know,
How did,
nice bridge.
How did we go from 17 to 32?
Yeah, this stuff, it spikes up.
Oh, you are not kidding. If I was a person of lesser mental fortitude, I'd pull a Leroy Jenkins there. And then before I could even finish the daggone statement, my character is just lying in the dirt.
There was one time I remember I pretty much like sprinted through all of those trying to survive because my friend was in another city. And you don't actually in this game get to teleport to the other cities until like level 15, I think. But you can still travel by foot if you want.
Right.
But you have to go through all those level 32, level 50 mobs.
Right.
So yeah, it's if you want to run screaming.
looks like Vento's napping over there, so we're just gonna move along.
Sounds good.
Okay, so yeah, we're little too high for your man McAgee3. Also, thank you everybody for joining the stream. This is the October edition of McAgee3 Meetup. I'm joined by my guest SorensBlade. We are playing some Final Fantasy XIV. I have not played an MMORPG in well over a decade. And to be honest, I couldn't think of a better game to play to try to get back into it, and a better person to play with than SorensBlade and Final Fantasy.
This is a favorite of mine for sure.
So tell me, what areas in your content do you think could use some improvement?
Ooh, improvement. I would probably say trying to make content a little bit more on the regular.
Mm-hmm.
So there's, or it's either that or where probably a lot of what my mods would say, because I work closely with my mod team. Mm-hmm. Actually finishing ideas that I have, because I tend to have a lot of different ideas, and I will pitch them to the team, and we'll talk about it, see what people are thinking. I get excited for it, but then never actually finish it. So probably finishing ideas would be the biggest one, and then trying to be a little bit more regular on releasing stuff out there. Mm-hmm. I think that's a fair criticism I can make of something.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just took 50 some odd damage, fucking chump.
Here, I'm gonna make sure that you're getting experience.
The party has suspended, it says.
Yeah, because if I'm in the party at this high level, then I'll screw you over on experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
But yeah, rolling stuff out there more on the regular. It's tough though, because I think this is one of the big struggles that a lot of creators have right now. Because doing content creation, you're not going to be making money for years, right? It's not like it's a career that you can just have right out the door. So trying to find the time juggling a day job and editing content or creating stuff, however you, whatever that might be, right? If it's like you working on your comic, like
Right.
That's time. That's time consuming that you need to spend a lot of effort on. If you're juggling a day job, that can be tough. So probably I think that's the most common answer that a lot of creators would have is just finding the time to be a little bit more regular with their content.
Yeah, I can see where that can definitely be. Oh, this is the thing that we're talking about.
We are in the fate now. Fighting jackals.
Yeah.
I got you. I won't let you die.
Appreciate it, because,
yeah, they smacked you pretty hard.
They smacking me pretty hard there.
You have nothing to fear. I'm here.
Okay. Just a bunch of jackals, it's fine. They're just jackals, it's not that bad. Interrupted because they died. Okay, sweet. Chain 1, okay.
Go rest over here. I mean, yeah, do you, like... You have a day job, right?
I do.
So, I mean, it's got to be pretty tough to find the time to work on the comic that you've been working on. Like, you're already on page, what, 40?
Yeah, I'm on page 40 right now. Yeah, it
could... It's a ton of work, man.
Yeah, it is. And time management is usually a make or break type of situation when it comes to that sort of thing. You know, but like when it comes to art, I usually try to tell folks, like, just 5 minutes. Give yourself 5 minutes to just work on it. And it's not just limited. Oh, I'm about to get smacked. I got smacked. It's okay.
I got you.
Yeah, you just, you know, give yourself 5 minutes and you can, like, definitely, you'd be surprised how much you can get done.
So is that like your kind of strat is you just sit down, give yourself 5 minutes, and then...
Yeah, 5 minutes minimum, right? Because, like you said, like, a lot of times, especially when you got a 9 to 5 or whatever the case, it's kind of hard to find the time to do it. But my thing is that, you know, if you give yourself at least 5 minutes, you know, you might not get it all done right away, but you will get something done, or at least something started, right? So, I appreciate Vento for telling me about the targeting thing.
Yeah, I have a similar sort of process in my own where, like, I'll set a timer for 10 or 15 minutes code-wise.
Right.
And if after 10, 15 minutes I'm not feeling it, like, click, then I'll give myself the excuse of, like, all right, now's not the time to try deving this out. But most of the time, in my experience, I will be pretty deep into it 15 minutes in, and my brain is already kind of figuring out where I want things to go. I imagine it's got to be the same drawing-wise, because I don't...
Right.
I am not, like, I can't draw at all. I would love to be able to, but that's one of those things that I definitely cannot do.
Yeah, you got it. Like I said, you have to just make the time. And then the other thing, just like with content creation, you just got to be consistent. Consistency is always going to be very, very helpful. And we leveled up. Oh, and we go right into another fate.
We do.
All right, hold them off. I gotta read some stuff. Okay, I read
some of the fates in the world are actually like they chain together, and will spawn like another boss or something. It's kind of cool. Yeah, there it is. There's the jackal boss.
Oh, the very large jackal, huh?
Yeah, the chupacabra.
Oh boy, Elvon Chupacabra. Can I target him? I can. Alright, let's get this going. I don't think I'm targeting him though. I'm just firing off an attack. Wherever it lit.
Because I'm curious, it sparked my curiosity. Would you say drawing is similar to like a lot of other creative skills where you just need to keep up with it, and if you like stop drawing for a month or two, you kind of have to relearn it, or is it like hopping on a bicycle and...
To a degree. You can stop it for a while and get back into it. There might be a little bit of time where you gotta take to try to get yourself reacquainted with certain things. Especially if you're doing digital art. Like, digital art, I definitely say if you stop doing it for a while, yeah, having to relearn everything is gonna take a little bit of time, because, like, the main thing that I'm finding, because this is my first time actually working on my story digitally. Yeah. So it's like you have to knowing what all your tools are and when you need them is like that's something you can easily forget, especially if there's like a lot of tools that you use.
Yeah.
And also it's like in terms of art, it's usually just a matter of, you know, if you stop doing it for a while and come back, you can basically come back to it, no problem. But it's also just the fact of you'll have to you know, you won't be improving when you're not doing it. You know, like if you're trying to get better at it. And we succeeded! Huzzah!
Another boss down.
Sweet, sweet, swiggity sweet. Alright, so let's see here. These guys seem to be more up my alley now that I'm at level 8. Fate discovered nearby again? Is that behind us?
No, I think it's a... Oh, wait. Yeah, I think... Is this the one that we did before? I think it might be.
Oh, it's over there. I see the dust clouds kicking up. I don't mind beating them up again.
Yep, more peeps.
Let's see. I'm gonna shoot this thing.
How long have you actually been working on that comic?
The story itself, like 2003.
Nice.
The comic book, episode 5 specifically, as soon as I target something that's not already dead, which is all of them, it looks like. I actually started that September of last year.
Nice.
And a lot of the reason why it's been taking a lot of time, besides just scheduling and stuff, is because, oh my gosh, can I? It's mainly because of, oh my gosh, alright, they're dead. Well, here's a guy, but he's gonna hit me. Here, have this. That did 53. Ow. At the very least, thank you. Alright, I gotta remember, do bio, do miasma, then attack. I'm about to get hit for 53, aren't I?
Oh, yep, maybe.
Oh, I got hit for 36. Okay.
Yeah, the amount of... I was having a couple discussions with some people.
Mm-hmm.
People get surprised at how much time is sunk into creative endeavors. So, like, it doesn't surprise me how long you've been working on all that.
Right, because... And I was actually going to say, like, one of the key reasons why it was such... it took such a long time is because there was a couple of things. Like, one of the main things was I had to learn how to work digitally in art, because I used to avoid it like the plague because I was so intimidated by everything that kind of goes with it. Mm-hmm. But once I finally got the hang of it, it was like, okay, I kind of get what I'm doing. And then after that, it was like just learning like all the other nuances that I could do. And then I started doing some other stuff that I, you know, as an artist should have came natural. It didn't occur to me until I actually started doing it. Like, you know, referencing other sources to try to, mm-hmm. you know, learn how to draw different types of poses and whatnot. You know, like, instead of trying to draw from reference of an art piece, draw from reference from real life, you know? That sort of thing. And it's helped me out a lot. And just not being afraid to, like, try new things as we trot along this hill like we're just, you know, two kids having fun.
I think there's a fate over here, but we can kill this bee if you want. I see you eyeing him.
Let's see here. Nah, that bee can stick around for a bit.
No, I agree. That's kind of one of those things where, like, I think a lot of people, what stops them from stuff is being afraid of diving into the unknown.
Uh-huh.
But it's, once you get in there, it's not as bad as you think. And then there's that, like, adrenaline rush to actually learning something and having it pieced together in your brain.
Right. I got interrupted. Let's see here.
Wild jacket.
At least this way, like, oh, okay, you killed me. I still find it so funny that I just beat him in the face with my book.
As an auto attack, I mean, it's a viable option, you know.
Right.
You can't cast the spell.
So I've seen in your streams when you're playing like this game specifically that you and your crew, you guys do like these ridiculously stupid bosses.
Yeah. Extreme rating.
That just don't want to die ever.
Correct, yes.
And you guys are like, what, 15, 20 deep or something like that?
So, yeah, it's definitely more in-game content. It's not for everybody. It's entirely optional. But if you want the challenge in the game, you know, if you've gone through the story and you're pretty happy with where you're at and you're looking for more of a challenge, that's where the extreme rating comes into play. And they'll do things where, like, the AoE circle that you saw just won't show up. You kind of just need to know what's going to happen at what point in the fight.
Oh, wow.
And you are really trusting on everybody in your party to make sure that they're standing where they need to stand at the right point, right? So it's definitely tough, but it's so rewarding when you as a group get to end up taking down one of those bosses, because it's that old rush of, you know, you play Dark Souls and you finally beat that boss that has been kicking your butt for the last 14 fights.
Right.
Once you're finally able to take them out. And the fact that it is not just you, it's also 7 other people.
Right.
Trying to do everything correct for a good, like, 10 minutes straight.
Right.
It's pretty rewarding. It's a lot of fun. You know, we get a lot of laughs out of it.
Yeah,
it's definitely in-game stuff, though.
Yeah, so like, have they ever done anything like in Kingdom Hearts where you have like fight Sephiroth, you know, or something like that, or are they just like uniquely different?
Not
like...
Sephiroth. There have been some characters from Final Fantasies. Like, you do fight Kefka in this game. He shows up.
Oh wow!
So of course, me being a Kefka fan, I was very nerding out about Kefka being in the game.
Right.
But other references, you know, like to Omega and stuff like that are in it, but it's not one for one. People have been asking for Sephiroth to join this game as a fightable boss for years, though.
Really?
So maybe one day. Yeah, maybe one day. I'm expecting, if we ever get like a part 3 with Final Fantasy VII Remake, I imagine they might do a collaboration where we would get to fight Sephiroth. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, cause that, like, to be honest, when it comes to like Kingdom Hearts, like, I am as far removed as someone who's knowledgeable of Kingdom Hearts as anybody. But the one thing I can tell you is the most memorable thing that I've ever seen anybody do. Oh, you're invulnerable? Why are you invulnerable?
Because he's running away.
Stop running away! Come back here! I'm not done talking to you.
Yeah, killer wasp coming after you.
He healed. Well, that's annoying. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to leave you alone then, because you healed.
I think you pissed him off. I think he's back.
He's back, but I don't appreciate the fact that he healed.
I mean, it wouldn't be fair, right? If only you could heal.
Yeah, but still, though, he's over here running away, getting all of his health back. We were over here having a conversation. I don't appreciate this rudeness. See,
yeah, right.
See, now I'm mad. Now I gotta put you in the dirt. Why are you so far away from the ocean anyway? There's literally like almost no water anywhere, and you're over
the hill. There's a little bit of water.
Well, no, he's still too far away. So
he's too far away.
he needs to get belted. He needs to get belted in his grits, because I did not appreciate any of this. Active benefits, okay. Yeah, see? Next time, sir, or ma'am, stay next to the ocean. Don't be coming out here in the tall grass with all the bug-type Pokemon. That's not where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be hanging out with Krabby and
That is
Kingler.
a good point. I never actually thought about that. We got the bees around here and everything.
Oh. See? Even this Killer West agrees with me. Killer West over here like, yo, what were you thinking coming out here? That made no sense. See? You can tell they're agreeing with me because they're not attacking me. So.
Right, of course.
Good grief.
They have no beef with you.
There's a fate nearby. Is it down this way?
I think. Where did it spawn? Oh, it's right over here. Oh, I think you pissed off the mom crab.
Oh.
Because I see a big crab.
Where is it? Is it this way?
Turn around, other way.
Other way? Wait. No, I think it's down this way. No.
No, I see it. It's right over here.
Oh, I made somebody.
Oh, that's a whole nother fate. That's a wasp fate. We can do this one.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm trying to figure out what's where. Whoops. No,
There's one poor dude over here that's fighting everything.
Really?
It's a motley dude.
Trying to gather myself. Okay, at least I didn't get interrupted.
I will tank everything.
Nice.
You guys just kill it all.
That is the plan. That is what we hope to do. As we get belted. Love how my spells do like almost no damage. Okay, I got interrupted. I can
Oh
see.
yeah, you got a king wasp.
Oh, it's a king west. Oh, okay. Okay, so they're stopping all of my attacks. Here, have one of these. Since you're over here being a butthead. Okay.
Oh my god, there's so many bees attacking you right now.
Okay. So many bees, so little time. Oh, I missed? Oh no! RNG is trying to work against me.
Your carbuncle is also trying. That's all we can ask.
Yeah. Oh, what? Oh, somebody's... Oh, they're doing the little fancy pants stuff. Look.
Yeah, I think there is.
Okay. Gotta get in there. Shanks McKenzie. Throwing out some spells.
Oh god.
And
There's
then...
somebody watched that just saw you.
Oh boy, so I see.
I got you.
Okay. Okay, so cool down, do this. Okay, so it seems like some of these attacks actually take a while to do. Yeah, you better run. One for the road.
Fire off one warning shot.
Yeah. Well up in my business. Water sprites. Okay, well, water sprites away! Okay. Come here, you. Ow. Ooh. Take that. I love how I'm out here hitting these things. I'm barely doing any damage because even though I'm not too far away from them level-wise, I'm still pretty weak.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Also,
80.
yeah, also, you did say that in this class that I have, I need to focus more on my little pinger spells as opposed to my attack spells.
Yeah, pretty much like keeping your dots up and having that trickle down their HP, and then in between those casts, your regular attack. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
That's exceptional.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Chipping away. Carbuncle putting in that work. As Carbuncle normally does.
I do like the little carbuncle pet.
So the little monolith, the monolith that you made me touch in that other place,
Mm-hmm.
do each of these places have it?
Yeah. Pretty much any main area has one of those. They're called aetherites.
Oh, okay.
And you're able to, as long as you have attuned to them,
Okay.
you can pretty much instantly teleport to any of those that you know. So, like, my list of locations is insane. I have many pages of them.
I guess that place is locked off for me. No, not not surprising there. All right, let's see here. Most latest SorensBlade title. I sold out. This channel is now sponsored by Raid Shadow. I know that's been there for a while. I'm probably gonna just get back to it. Oh my gosh! All right, so Soren, do you have any big projects or events on the horizon for the viewers to know about?
I already kind of commented on a little bit, but I have been working on a Final Fantasy XIV video that is kind of a love letter to this last expansion, and specifically to like all the content we've run as a community, the people that have joined the community, and the friends that we've made. So that's actually going to be going out on the YouTubes this week at some point. So I'm pretty excited for that. But other than that, there's some new games that are going to be coming out from Square, like Guardians of the Galaxy, that I'm excited for, and then a month from now, the expansion for this game, which I'm going to be sinking a ton of time into this game, so I'm super excited for the expansion. But yeah, pretty much that, and then probably more Final Fantasy 14 related stuff, just because the new expansion will be out, so that'll be the new hotness.
Yeah, I saw the little bit of footage that they shared for Guardians of the Galaxy. It looks like it's gonna be pretty interesting. Ooh, I have a new attack. What does this do?
Yeah, it definitely. I know with Avengers, Marvel's Avengers, that kind of put a sour taste in some people's mouths, just because of the Rocky release and where things are at now. So I'm hoping that Guardians of the Galaxy, with the direction they're taking, that it'll be well received. It seems like it's a little bit more of a single player than it is a multiplayer thing.
Oh, okay.
So I think it'll probably do a little bit better since it's more solo and story driven, but we'll see. I'm definitely gonna stream it. I think that comes out next week or a week after. It's close. Square has had a ton of releases this month.
So I've seen.
Yeah.
I've seen. Okay, let's see here. What the heck is going on over there?
That's the big mama crab that I think got upset that she killed, and you were talking crap on.
Oh. Okay. Well. Whoops.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty. It's a pretty large crab.
Come here, you.
You can take her. You can take her.
Oh, I still can't do my other attack that I was trying to do. That's fine. Because now I have a better understanding of what I'm doing.
Oh, this poor guy. Get up, friend. You need to fight.
Oh, he got beat up?
Yeah, he got KO'd. I just rezzed him.
But it's alright. We're here to help you.
We got you. We're the backup team.
Yep. Charge! My attack. See here. I think this one. Let's get him, nerds.
Yeah, this crab is huge.
The big old crab.
That's what you said. You don't definitely don't want to get crabs.
Don't get the crab. They got ointments for it, but still.
This is what happens.
Okay. Got interrupted. Okay. Fine. Okay. Oh, you said I can control. Place, heal, stay, place, guard, stay, sick. Sick! Okay. Oh, whoops, I gotta target here. Okay, so the one thing that's gonna take a little bit of getting used to for me is the targeting. And
yeah.
just,
the targeting I've heard is one of the biggest stress points for
right.
people in the game.
Yeah, it's because like anytime you do any other action that does not involve you just straight attacking, you automatically remove your lock. And don't get me wrong, I understand that there's probably going to be points in the game where that's actually like very, very important.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, I'm just starting, and right now it's a bit of a nuisance. But, I mean, it's not a deal breaker. So this crab is about to get bodied.
You've taken out, like, at least 3 bosses so far?
That sounds like all the days were.
There it is.
What was I saying? You're supposed to stay next to the ocean. Stop coming out here. Good grief. Let's see. I'm actually 328 points away from another level. I think we can do that, right? We can get a, ooh, what's that? Oh, that's just Spooky
That's
J.
a mount.
Spooky J showing off.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's going on here?
I think this is another Fae. Oh, I think the jackals are back.
Aw, I couldn't hit them in time.
Oh, there are crabs that we need to kill too.
Okay. Alright. Let's go. And help them out. Oh, I'm doing a lot more damage now. Oh, dead. Here, have one of these.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, there's quite a few of them. One of them just walked over me like they just ignored me. Like, excuse me, I want to hit this other person that looks more threatening.
I think they went for that tank.
Like, out of my way, worm. I'm like, who you calling a worm? You about to get these hands too? Over here insulting me. Acting like I'm not here. Don't get me wrong, it gives me a tactical advantage, but still. Don't ignore me!
You're very much channeling the Shantoto, the Eternal Shantoto.
Alright, so that one down. Ah, get out of the way! Okay. Alright, I got this move again. Do that. Okay. Also, I'm trying to keep track. I'm looking at the information underneath the enemy's life bar to keep track of what drain pips I have.
Yeah.
So that way, you know, because as you mentioned, that's how you.
Yeah.
That's how I'm gonna get damage.
Yeah, that's pretty much the big big juggle. So it's just keeping all of the dots that you have on the enemies and knowing when to reapply.
Mm-hmm.
Figuring out that kind of rotation for your attacks. That's the big piece of. Once you figure that out, you know, you're pretty good with 14. Pick that up pretty quick.
Oh yeah, I've had some. Oh, run away!
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, you had like 3 AoEs on you for a second.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I want to be here right now. Let me off the ride. I want to get off. Okay. So now we got you. And all in the day's work.
Beautiful.
Ha!
Hey, any level.
You does it.
Nice.
There we go. Day with Destiny. Derpin. Okay. Is there a safe spot we can run to?
Yeah, actually, here, I can, okay, if you want to jump in my car, add you to the party, and I'll bring you back to the city.
Okay. Oop. Follow the Kaiser with a raid of 1 billion people. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys doing well. Alright, let me see here. I have to do that, and then I have to do this, and then do that. We'll say C3 again. Okay. Okay, figure it out. Kaiser, what's up, you guys? How y'all doing? We're out here playing some daggone Final Fantasy XIV. Oh boy, I hope you guys are doing well. Here with my guest, SorensBlade, showing us around this game known as Final Fantasy XIV. Getting to know him, he's an awesome web designer, and he is a Final Fantasy fanatic. Even though he's not sure what the most common, weakest enemy in Final Fantasy franchise history is.
Oh,
but it's
called out.
But it's okay, we will forgive him for it. Okay, so looks like we're
We
back.
can walk in here.
Okay.
Yeah, this is pretty much, we can enter the city here, and this is the no baddies can enter.
Woo woo! Woo 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 woo! I don't know. Hold on. Because at first I was gonna try to wrap it up here, but now I feel like we need to do one more skirmish.
You want to do one more fight?
I think we need to do one more fight. We need to do one more
right.
fight. Yeah, let's do one more fight. One more fight.
Back in the car.
Yeah, we'll do one more fight, and then we'll wrap things up here.
Cool. Let's see.
Sweet.
I think there might be a fate that happens soon.
Let's see here.
There's one actually not too far off.
Whoops. Okay, I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to understand now. All right, I'm back.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to the game, the amount of like controls and everything.
Single digit. Thank you for the follow, my guy. You're loved and appreciated. I'm surprised you were following before, but it's fine. I was on earlier when he was telling his story of growing up with gamer parents. Oh, okay. Thank you for. I appreciate all the love and support that I'm getting from everybody. You guys are awesome. All right, so yeah, freaking Soren, take us to, in your opinion, would be a very interesting fight where I don't have to get one shot.
All right, let's do that. Let's see. So you don't want me to take us to level 32 enemies, is what you're saying?
Probably not. You know, I would like to at least be able to play the game instead of it being I'm the bullet sponge, and you just re-res me so I can get bullet sponged again.
Okay, all right, okay. I think I hear you. Let's see. There might be
out here in our flying car.
Oh, it looks like our crab friend's back. If you want to take her.
Okay. All right.
Here we go.
Where are they? Let me at her. There she is. She
remembered you.
Oh yeah, she's mad. She is totally upset. I can't see. All right. I'm good. All right. Wait, no, I'm not good. I'm not locked onto her. All right, here we go. All right. Oh, you didn't like that comment I said about you not being next to the ocean where you belong, huh? All right.
She remembered that.
I guess she did. Carbuncle, where are you? Carbuncle, get out here. Why are you being lazy? Oh boy, that's a lot of AoE attacks coming. Oh gosh.
I got you. I'm a god healer.
Oh boy. Alright, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do this. I think I'm taking on a munchkin crab, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and do that, beat them. Oh, I got in a... Oh, because you killed it. Gotcha. Alright. We ain't scared of them crabs!
I mean, I'm a little scared. This is a huge crab.
It is quite the large crab, yes. However, this crab ain't got nothing on Shanks McKenzie, and Shanks McKenzie with the daggone pompadour to end all pompadours.
It is a very glorious pompadour.
It is one of the greatest pompadours to ever exist.
The two-tone color.
Yes.
You really went all out. You didn't just rock the normal pompadour with like the single color.
Right. I had to.
Above and beyond.
We had to make it the most amazing pompadour ever, and I keep getting interrupted. Okay, let's see here. Wait, no, just amigos. All right, Miss Ebony, thank you for stopping in. We're gonna beat down this crab. Okay, somebody with some brush. Okay, right. I always got to remember that I have a cooldown. You know, I've noticed that bio. It's like the moves that have a casting time, the cooldown is like instantaneous, but the ones that are instantaneous, the cooldown takes a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So I got to make sure I sequence my attacks appropriately.
Yeah, in like some of the other jobs, we call it weaving, and a lot of those you'll like in between the 2 seconds that you're casting these spells, you're weaving those in between to try to maximize your damage.
Right.
And that's once you figure that out for like a lot of the melee jobs, that's their big thing. Casters like you, a lot of it is trying to manage not standing in AoEs while you're trying to cast. Because the second you move, it gets interrupted and everything.
Right.
That's the tough piece.
Okay, we're beating down the big giant crab that was upset with us.
I mean, you did talk some trash.
I mean, look at her. She's all the way out here, where she don't belong. She's supposed to be out here. Wanted to give you some smackety smacks to the face. Well, actually, I'm hitting her in the bum, but that's besides the point.
I mean, I can face her towards you, but I don't think you want that.
I don't think I want that either. Then it becomes a completely different conversation. It's like, I think we're gonna die. Or rather, correction, I think I'm gonna die.
She does like her frontal cone A's.
Right.
Single digit. What did the crab ever do to you?
Oh, what did the crab do to me? Looked at me funny, that's what.
Simple as that.
Aw, this one's sad. It's like, Mommy, no!
Yeah, it's like watching where she died.
I'm sorry for what you had to witness.
I don't think.
They're sulking. Alright, we gotta let them mourn. We gotta let them mourn their loss. we gotta let them mourn the loss. Okay, I understand. Alright, I'm not gonna tempt it any further. Okay. Then we just roll out like it was just a daggone mugging.
Yep. I mean, you know, the crab should have known her place.
Yeah, man.
Don't talk crap.
Talk that nonsense. You ways away from home, my friend. A good ways away. Good grief.
Yeah, I mean the ocean's all the way over there.
Yeah, it's way out yonder. And they over here out in the middle and stuff. And wait a minute. Wait. Stop the car.
Yes.
Wait. Look. Yeah, stop the car. Stop the car. Wait. That big guy. That big guy in the distance. That big guy over there.
The Goobu?
The Goobu. We're in the beginner. Oh. You know what? Let me out. Let me out. Stand back.
Alright, I'll watch.
Stand back. I've got a bone to pick with him. Hold on, I gotta...
I'm sure nothing can go wrong here.
Alright, you. Let's do this.
Oh, I think he brought his rat friends as well. I'll take care of the rats for you. How about that?
Seems good to me. Alright, just gotta... Okay, we're a little bit tougher.
He kind of smacked me pretty hard there, man.
It's all good. Ow. Oh, whoops, I got interrupted. Okay.
You're healing yourself pretty good, though.
Yeah, I just gotta make a little bit of space. Okay, make some more space.
You got this.
Fire off.
You're already a Pro 14 player.
Okay, make some more space. Ouch. We'll take some of the hits. Okay. Ouch. I moved too soon. Okay. Alright.
You and your carbuncle got this, I believe.
Yep. I believe too. Bio. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna do our minuscule damage wherever we can. Get you with a big attack.
He's already under 50. You're doing it.
Okay. Ouch, that hurt. That was critical. It's fine. Okay. Gotta keep eyes on him. Hit him with this.
It's easily at like 25%.
Hit him with this.
I'm confident.
Go with this. Hit him with this. Didn't attack, but we parried. Okay. I think we can manage this.
Here it is.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All on your own. I didn't heal you once there too, buddy.
We make those. We make those. We make those. See? We started out looking at that thing, scared for our lives. What happens? We go out, we adventure for a bit, we smack some faces, we come back, we get our revenge. That's how we roll.
Successful run.
That is how we roll, daggone it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now we can go back to town.
It's right over here.
Sweet.
Yeah, you kited him around perfectly.
Aha.
Pretty sure you're ready for extreme rating now, I think.
Right. Yeah, I'll be there to get hit once and be like, well, well, I tried.
Join us on Thursday nights, and we'll take out the big boss.
Right, exactly.
You can get to level 80 by then, right?
Yeah, I think I can manage that.
Yeah.
That seems doable. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that was awesome. Okay, so that was Final Fantasy XIV. I think because I have a new account, I think I have the first 30 days for free, and then they're gonna start looking for me for money afterward.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might play this a little more often. Maybe set a day aside for it. I'm not sure what day though. But like I can definitely see myself playing this a little bit more. Obviously, like, you know, we got Soren talking about give me the level 80. Like, I don't know if I'm going to make it a level 80 anytime soon. But just
you can get there in a week. No problem.
Oh, jeez, man. Like, I feel like this is probably one of those games that I'll probably dive into really hard once I get episode 5 done. Because I really want to get episode 5 done, and once I get that done, I can kind of take the time to dabble into some other things for a bit before I start episode 6.
This is definitely a game that you can sink a lot of time into, for sure, especially if you're a Final Fantasy fan. So.
Right. So, all right, so that is, I think that's all we got. Soren, do you have any socials that you want to pitch or share, or, you know, want to, always be plugging?
Sure. It's SorensBlade on pretty much everything across the board. That'd be, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all the things out there. Same name as it is on Twitch. I got lucky there. So if you want to follow me on there for those shenanigans. Yeah.
And what's your streaming schedule like, or where can they find your streaming schedule?
Streaming schedule I usually tweet out at the every Monday. But for the most part, I usually stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at a minimum.
Okay.
Around 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. Sweet. Oh my gosh, I think this might have been the longest meetup I've done, because this was fun. This was very fun.
You can burn some time just running around in 14 for sure.
All right, so Cats and Kittens, I myself stream every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time USA. Tuesdays is Art Tuesdays. Fridays is TJ McAgee3 where we do adventure games. Saturdays is Saturday Sluggers where we do fighting games. If you like what you saw, give your man a follow. If you love what you saw, give your man a sub. But either way, let folks know that McAgee3 is out here putting quality content for each and every one of you. Oh, by the way, SorensBlade is putting quality content for each and every one of you as well.
Yeah, we both out there.
Social media, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and DeviantArt at McAgee3. I also have a YouTube channel called McAgee3 Productions. It's where I do my off-stream grind, casual crashers, and McAgee3 Minute series. If that's something you're interested in, hit subscribe on the YouTube channel to get up to date on the content that comes up there. I'm also an artist. I do emotes, sub-badges, avatars, and banners. Currently, I'm working on my original comic book, Blue Ninja, The Story of Navaya, which you can find on the DeviantArt page, deviantart.com/McAgee3. Episodes 1 through 4 are there for your reading pleasure on the DeviantArt page, and you can also find me every Tuesday working on episode 5. So check it out, it's awesome. So, that was SorensBlade, ladies and gentlemen. Soren, do you have any other comments you want to throw out there for the wonderful, wonderful folks listening to you?
Nah, man. Thanks for inviting me on the show. I had a blast.
Yes, and I appreciate you 100%, 150%. For one, agreeing to be on the channel, and two, I really enjoyed playing this game. I really did. I had so much fun.
You picked a fantastic haircut too.
Yes, the greatest. Can I zoom in?
You can, yeah. I don't know how to do it on controller.
Oh, darn it. No, that just puts me in first person view. Ugh. Anyway, you're just gonna. Let me go into the light. There we go. That is the greatest pompadour you will ever see. I'll just angle it here. It's the greatest pompadour you will ever see, ever. Oh my gosh. This game was so much fun. So, thank you one and all for spending your precious time with the man McAgee3. You all spending your precious time with me lets me know that my content is worth your precious time. And your time exactly that is very precious to me. You guys have been tearing up the chat. So we're going to do our best for these shout-outs. All right, so we got Vento Livre, we got SorensBlade, we've got Pepper Dragon 1986, we've got Nivyat, we've got Phony KZ, we've got Scroll, Ace Moment 774, we've got Double O Buck, we've got Chams 12, we have Ida Heartily, we have, as I'm continuing to scroll, Creed Plays Games, we have, still scrolling, I think this is the most I've done in a while. Follow the Kaiser, Single Digit Studio, Miss Ebony Love, Mandala, I'm sorry I didn't reply to you, I completely missed it. Let's see, anybody else, GH Heaven, anybody else, and I believe that's everybody. Yeah, you guys are awesome and amazing.
A lot of people.
Yeah, a whole lot of people. I guess they really like you.
Nah, man, it's you bringing the content.
Well, I appreciate it, guys. Let me see. Shoot, this is raid worthy, isn't it? We need to figure out who's on right now. And we probably should raid somebody. It's only fair. It only makes sense. Let me see. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of Final Fantasy, I will fear no crab, because Carbuncle is with me, and my phone is being a bit of a butthead right now.
Tonight, I'll be eating lobster ravioli.
Power of the Carbuncle, and we showed them crabs, man.
Oh, we showed them all the crabs. Let me see. Alright, I think I will send you wonderful folks to a previous McAgee3 Meetup guest, Cloud Valentino. He's playing he's playing Phasmophobia right now. It's a pretty fun game. So I'm gonna get this set up.
Perfect game for the month.
Yeah, it absolutely is. All right, so I have that ready. But yeah, like, you know, you can catch me Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, 10 p.m. Eastern time. However, I need to put an asterisk on that because this week your man McAgee3 is going on vacation because he really, really needs a vacation. So I don't know. There might be an Art Tuesday. I'm not sure. I will get back to you via the social media outlets. But there will definitely not be a Friday or Saturday stream because I will be on a cruise. So
enjoy it, man.
Yes, it is going to be absolutely fun. In the meantime, since I won't be streaming this weekend, you can definitely check out SorensBlade when he's streaming because he'll be around putting out that oh so sweet Final Fantasy goodness, you know, as he normally does. And yeah, I think that is going to do it for tonight, you guys. Thank you one and all for stopping in. Make sure you tell Cloud Valentino that I said what's up. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Have a wonderful, wonderful work cycle, whatever you want to call it. And in regards to what's going on in the world right now, I will once again leave you all with this. It is always darkest before dawn. So you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Bye-nie!
Laters.
Whoops, wrong thing.